Hello everyone, Xeno What If here. Bring in the movie of What If Lincoln Loud was the Flash Season 01. Link down description of the fanfiction of this What If. Listen here YouTube. I do not own anything and this is not a scam. Chapter 1. Origin. June 30th 2016. It was a good day for everyone in Royal Woods, except for one white-hair boy, Lincoln Loud. Lincoln was able to convince to all of his family that he was bad luck to have alone time, after his sporty sister, Lynn, accused of him as being bad luck after Lynn lost to her softball game. Unfortunately, this completely backfired on him as the Loud family feared at him. Gotten so bad that, today would be the last time he would ever seen them again. Lincoln, sobbing, "You can't do this," sob. "You just can't do this to your son." Mr. and Mrs. Loud were pushing him to get him outside of his backyard as they fear that they would die in their sleep if he is in the house. All of the Loud sister, except for Lenny and Luna, were outside. Their face had a mixture of happy and relief. Mr. Loud kicked Lincoln in the stomach so he could get outside. Once they were outside, Lincoln looked at his family with pain and sadness in his eyes. Lincoln, hurt, sobbing, why you would really abandon me? F for something that isn't true. Mr. Loud, sorry Lincoln, but you're bad luck and we can't have you in the house. Lola, scared, what if the house exploded? Lana, what if a thief steals out stuff? Lucy, in her usual monotone voice, what if we die in our sleep? Lynn, angry, yeah, considering the fact that you caused my loss. Luann, yeah, what if I go too overboard with the pranks and it goes wrong? Lori, I don't want you to cause problems in our house, twerp. Lincoln looked at his family. All of them have fully been convinced that he was bad luck. He even tried to prove that he wasn't at one point, to no avail. Ms. Loud, well, we need to get some stuff in the mall. We need to go. Mr. Loud, right honey. Looks at Lincoln, don't enter our house, at all. With that, the family goes inside. Luna and Lenny were going back to the house until Lincoln, crying, Luna, Lenny, please don't abandon me, sob. Please. Both of the sisters stopped. For few seconds, Lincoln was crying over the fact that his two close sisters were abandoning him. Luna looked back at him with sadness in her eyes. Luna, quietly, sorry, little bro. Luna and Lenny both enter the house. Lincoln, angry, damn it. Lincoln was angry and sad at the same time. The people, the family that he helped with, that he sacrificed his happiness, wanted nothing to do with him. He felt so alone. He had nobody now. He had enough. If he wasn't needed, then, what's the point to even staying here? He had decided to run away. Lincoln sees the van moving as the family were going to the mall. Lincoln took his chances and some of his stuff. He grabbed his book bag and dumped everything that was inside. He then grabbed his shirts, pants and underwears. He went downstairs to grab some canned foods and put all of them in the bag. He goes outside and wait for the moment to be right. Time skip to 1:35 a.m. Lincoln has been wide awake as he was in the garage. It was getting chilly outside. He looked at the window at the living room. It seems to be off. Their parents usually stay a little late from time to time. He grabbed his backpack, and his black hoodie, so he can't be detected in the night and left the garage. He was leaving before looking back at his house, all the memories that he's going to leave behind. Lincoln shed a tear, knowing that this is the last memories of his family. He turned around to keep going. Luckily he has enough money to eat for a month if he is careful of how amount he's eating. A few minutes later, he's out of the city, seeing a sign saying, "You're now leaving Royal Woods." This made Lincoln to cry but kept going. He was determined. He goes while fading to the shadows. 1 month later in Central City, Missouri. We see Lincoln starving. He was mugged 2 weeks ago and got his money stolen. And when he was eating something from the dumpster, it made him sick, making him not trusting on the dumpster ever. Lincoln was not doing so good, with no money, a black eye, sick, hiding from the police after being reported as a runaway, and starving to the point where he can't even walk straight. The cars were ignoring him, probably thinking that he was drunk. He was holding his stomach, trying so hard not to feel the pain. He suddenly stops. He collapsed. The exhaustion and starvation has finally caught up to him. He feels to the ground, laying his stomach. His visions were blurry but he sees a man walking up to him. He was scared as he might kidnap him, but at that point, what can he do about it? He closed his eyes, accepting his fate, and passed out. The man grabbed the unconscious boy and bring him to the car, and drove off. Chapter 2, S.T.A.R. Labs. In S.T.A.R. Labs, we see a older teen and a young lady, looking at the unconscious Lincoln, who's laying on the hospital bed, seeing if he will woke up. The older teen is about 5 feet 6 tall and has brownish skin. He seems to wear a red Ace Savvy shirt and blue jeans with tennis shoes. He has a black shaggy haircut and is growing a thin mustache. He is 16 years old. The younger lady is about 5 feet 9 tall, and has a white skin. She has a lab coat, underneath is a black shirt and is wearing black pants with heels. She has half brown and blonde, long straight hair. She is 21 years old. When is he going to wake up? He should be waking up by now. The older teen scoffed as he is reading one of Lincoln's comic books. This is so boring. Luckily he has a good taste on reading stuff. Ace Savvy is my favorite comic book. The young lady rolled her eyes. In a serious tone, look Elias, this is serious, he is lacking the glucose in his body, and he looks famine and all you care about is his comics. Feeling bad, poor boy, can't imagine what caused him to run away, he seems like a good kid. Elias puts the comics down. Elias, okay, you're right Chelsea, this albino dude looks bad, counting how he looks a little skinner. And a little paler, not to mention the fact that his black eye, and his clothes seems to be destroyed. They both kept talking to each other. While that, Lincoln slowly opened his eyes, it was bright and he feel a little bit weak. He soon, stop having a blurry vision and see the two people talking to each other. Lincoln, weak, a hint of scared, WW where am I? Elias and Chelsea looks at the white-haired kid which make him getting scared. Chelsea, good, he's awake, tell him now. Elias, sure. Elias runs to get someone while Chelsea checks on him. Chelsea, trying not to freak him out, listen, do you know your name, where you at, and why did you run away? Lincoln was kinda confused for a while being scared in the same time. You'll also like. Lincoln, trembling, PP please don't hurt me. Chelsea felt bad for scaring him off. Chelsea, it's okay, we aren't here to hurt you. We are trying to help you. Now, please answer my question, we need to see if you remember something. Lincoln was about to answer until he see Elias with a man. He looks to be a scientist, he seems to be 5 feet 11, he has a white lab coat, underneath is a blue shirt, with dark gray pants and brown boots. He looks to be about in his late 40s. Hello Lincoln. Lincoln was confused about everything, how does he know his name, he soon realized about the police search on him. But he's still confused on what's going on. I know you confused on what's going on, we will tell you but we need to know if you remember anything. So answer these questions. Lincoln, okay. What's your full name? Lincoln, Lincoln Marie Loud. Do you know where you're at? Lincoln, not really, I know that I'm not in Michigan, I think I'm in Missouri. Why did you run away? Lincoln immediately frowned which the scientist, Elias, and Chelsea immediately noticed. Lincoln started to tear up. He didn't want to fully say it. Despite being mad, he didn't want to ruin the family. Chelsea, in a comfort voice, it's okay, sweetie. We just need to know. Lincoln, sad, they kicked me out. They thought I was bad luck and threw me out of the house. They abandoned me. Elias and Chelsea look at each other with sad in their eyes. The professor was pretty mad. Elias pulled out his phone and was dialing 911. Lincoln, please don't call the cops on them. All three of them were surprised at this. Elias, why don't you want these horrible people to be punished? Lincoln, sobbing, BB because they are SS still my family. I don't want TT them to get I in trouble. Elias and Chelsea felt sad about the kid, despite the fact that he's been kicked out of the family's life, he still loves his family. Lincoln, I don't know what to do, now. I'm pretty sure you are going to tell the police about me being a runaway. You can stay here. Lincoln, Elias, and Chelsea was surprised of the offer. Lincoln, shocked, really? Can't allow you being with you to be with your horrible family. Lincoln, happy, wow, duh. If you help with my particle accelerator. Chelsea raised her eyebrow at the professor. Chelsea, are you sure? He's just a kid. The professor looked at her with a smile. I can teach him to help me and get smarter. Chelsea was pretty skeptical with the offer but decided not to say anything. Lincoln, I mean, I can help you. I help with my family a lot. My family is really big, 10 sisters. Elias, surprised, whoa, really? Lincoln nodded. Elias, laughing, seems like they were really busy. Chelsea smack his head. Chelsea, in a stern voice, don't say that. Lincoln, well, who are you people? I'm Professor Michael Roberts, pointing at Chelsea, this is Chelsea Walker. Chelsea waved at Lincoln with a smile that made the white hair boy to feel something. Professor Roberts, pointing at Elias, this is Elias Phillips. Elias, happy, sup, I see that you like Ace Savvy. Hope we can hang out and play video games. Professor Roberts, not impressed, right? This building is called Scientific and Technological Advanced Research Laboratories, or S.T.A.R. Labs, for short. Confident, this is a research and development company. Right now, we are developing a next-generation particle accelerator, which will be intended as to create new methods of energy, scientific research, and medicine, and much more. Lincoln, a little confused, okay. Chelsea looks at her watch and sighed. Chelsea, it's getting pretty late. I need to get going. Elias, sad face, disappointed, and she's my ride. Happy, anyway, see you tomorrow, Lincoln. They both leave while Professor Roberts looks at Lincoln. Professor Roberts, now I can't take you to my house as you are still being searched, so, until the public stops searching for you, you need to stay here. Luckily, there's the hospital bed, and luckily for you, I have a blanket and a pillow. The professor grabs the blanket and the pillow and give it to Lincoln. Professor Roberts, anyway, I will see you later. Have a good sleep. With that, Professor Roberts left the room, turning some lights of the lab. Lincoln put the pillow underneath his head and wrapped himself with the blanket. He couldn't believe that this is happening, he actually getting a new life. He lays down, remembering his family, remembering the good time with them and the bad times. He started to tear up, but before he cried, he fell asleep. Question mark. Distorted, prepared yourself, Lincoln, you're going to need it. Chapter 3, Failure. -3 years later. We see many scientists that are in the cortex. The particle accelerator has finally been built, just need some few fixes before turning it online. We see the main entrance of the particle accelerator. Someone is doing some adjustments for the accelerator. The now 14-year-old Lincoln Loud has grown a lot taller, being 5 feet 11, he wears a orange vest. Underneath the vest is a black shirt with Ace Savvy in it. He also wears shorts and some sport shoes. He wears a black cap as to avoid people from recognizing him. His hair is now a shaggy haircut with a little bit messy. His voice changed. He wanted to go outside as he was hungry. People has stopped searching for him, leading to the cops to report him missing. Therefore he was able to leave the lab and go to places without being questioned. He finished fixing the broken pipe and closed the door. He was proud of himself as he contributed so much to this project, and he was excited as this machine could do a lot of things. The possibilities are endless. He goes to the cortex, seeing his friends and coworkers. Elias comes up to him. Elias, hey, little bro, how you're doing, my man? Did you finish adjusting the final touch? Lincoln, happily, yep. Everyone cheered, high-five each other, which made Lincoln special. He wasn't exactly known to have special talent, becoming a part of his ex-family's shadows. He got in talent at mechanical engineering. Elias, cool, can't wait to celebrate. Are you staying here? Lincoln, no, it's okay, I want to take a little break and have fun today. Elias, disappointed, aw man. Chelsea walks up to them. Chelsea, ignore his whinnying, hope you enjoy your break. Lincoln, blushed, thanks, Chelsea, you're welcome, Linky. She pinched Lincoln's cheeks, which made him blush even harder. He no doubt had a crush on Chelsea. Lincoln, well, see you later and good luck with the presentation to the public. Everyone say goodbye to Lincoln. He went to the elevator and went to first floor. He left the building and looked around. Lincoln always liked to see Central City, it's just beautiful. He goes to Burpin Burger to order something. As he was going to the building, he saw many people walking to the front of S.T.A.R. Labs as it's a big event that can change the world. He ordered his food, sat down on. He pull out his phone to see that there's a message. It's from Elias. Elias, message, hey dude, just to let you know, the particle accelerator has been turned online, we did it little bro. Later, we will play some games to celebrate. Lincoln. Sweet man, TTYL. Lincoln and Elias has been pretty close. Elias always see Lincoln as a brother that he always wanted. They both hang out a lot, cause trouble at S.T.A.R. labs. Of course, it didn't made Chelsea happy. Lincoln have noticed for a long time that Chelsea was acting more like a mom to him, always worried about him and making sure he's okay. One time, he broke something extremely important, and he got grounded by her, which surprised him the most. And as for Professor Roberts, he is pretty mysterious, he doesn't really tells his personal life, so Lincoln never knew him much. What he does know is that the professor is a genius. He taught Lincoln a lot about science and math, which helped Lincoln as he became more smarter. Those three are his family. Soon Lincoln kinda tear up. He still remembers about his old life, the life he left behind, his friend Clyde, Stella, Rusty, and Liam, his old crush Tabby, his hometown, and for some reason, his old family. He remember the last time he saw them, which still haunts him. Flashback. Lincoln. Crying, Luna, Lenny. Please don't abandon me, sob. Please. Both of the sisters stopped. For few seconds, Lincoln was crying over the fact that his two close sisters were abandoning him. Luna looked back at him with sadness in her eyes. Luna. Quietly, sorry, little bro. Flashback over. He looks to the window. He saw two people, both are females. Lincoln look at them with a curious look. They both look familiar. Before he gets to have a good look, he heard his order and walks up to the cashier and gave her the money. He goes outside and decide to take a good walk on the park. As he got there, he was attacked by a thief. The thief hit Lincoln's stomach multiple times. Thief. Anger, give me your money or else it's your life. Lincoln was breathing hard from the stomach punch. Lincoln. Freaking out, I don't have any money. The thief wasn't happy. He started to beat up Lincoln and dragged him to the alley, where he pulled out his pocket knife, ready to stab Lincoln. Lincoln wasn't able to help himself as he was bruised up. He closed his eyes as he knew that he wasn't going to get out of this situation. Boom. Suddenly, a loud explosion was heard. The thief looked back and see a bright explosion. He was freaking. Lincoln opened his eyes to see that there was an explosion. Lincoln. In his mind, freaking out, oh no. The particle accelerator. It exploded. What did I do that caused it? Lincoln sees the thief freaking out. He let Lincoln go. He ran away from fear. Unfortunately for him, he got hit by a car that seems to be thrown by the blast. Lincoln was unable to get up as he was beat up to a pulp. He grabs two long chains that was hanging on the alley. He slowly and painfully got up. That's when lightning hit the chains, causing Lincoln to be shocked. It lasted 12 seconds. Once it stopped, Lincoln was sent flying, hitting against the wall and fell down, laying down on his stomach, eyes closing. He was unconscious. Question mark. Distorted, my plan had work. See you soon, Flash. Chapter 4, Becoming the Impossible. S.T.A.R. Labs, July 12, 2020, 7 months later. Chelsea was checking on the comatose Lincoln to see if he will be out of his coma soon while Elias was watching TV. Chelsea. Worried, please wake up Linky. Elias was trying to distract himself as he didn't want to Lincoln in a comatose state. Chelsea comes up to him. Chelsea. Worried, so, any signal of him getting up? Elias switched the TV to Lincoln's brainwave where it shows that the brainwave is becoming more active. Chelsea and Elias look at each other, they were both happy. Elias. Happily, oh my gosh, Lincoln's going to wake up soon. Hopefully now. Luckily, or because I'm too lazy to make more dialogue, Lincoln woke up, sat up and started to breath heavily. Lincoln. Breathing heavily, what happened? Lincoln felt a sharp pain on his foot. He started to freak out. Elias and Chelsea immediately ran to Lincoln as they checked to see if he's okay and to calm him down. Chelsea. With a motherly scared voice, OMG, Lincoln, are you okay? Do you feel any pain? Lincoln. Having a hard time breathing, yeah, I'm okay. Ow. My head. It hurts. Chelsea. It's okay Lincoln, people who wake up from the coma usually have a sharp pain in their head. Lincoln sad face, heavily breathing, ouch my foot hurts. Badly. Chelsea looks at his feet which has a huge scar from the lightning. Chelsea. Sad, oh yeah, the lightning from the particle accelerator struck you, which it left from your foot. Lincoln was still in pain when all of the suddenly, it stopped hurting. Lincoln. Surprised, whoa. That's weird, it stopped hurting. Chelsea was shocked by that. Elias, that's weird, usually the pain will last for about 2 weeks. Chelsea and Elias looks at the monitor to see that Lincoln is healed up. Chelsea took of the needles from Lincoln's arm and led him to get up. Lincoln started to stretch. Lincoln, weirded out, anyway, I got to use the bathroom, be right back. Chelsea, if anything happens, please let us know. Elias looked at her and started to smirk. Elias, I can't believe you're acting like a mom again. Chelsea looks at him with annoyance. Chelsea, annoyed, at least I'm a better mother than his biological mother. Elias, yeah, I guess that's true. Meanwhile, Lincoln goes to the bathroom and look at himself in the mirror. He checked to see if he's okay. He started to feel his body to see if anything is in pain. He checked on his stomach. Lincoln was shocked. It's more bumper and feels strong. He took his shirt and instantly was shocked by it. Lincoln saw a huge lightning scar on his body, but what makes him more shocked is that he got abs. Lincoln, the lightning gave me abs. Lincoln hears a no at the door. Lincoln, it's me, Professor Roberts. Lincoln went to the door and saw Professor Roberts in a wheelchair. What happened to him? The professor saw Lincoln's abs. Professor Roberts, I see that you hit the gym in your coma. Lincoln, I don't know what's wrong with me, suddenly I'm not feeling pain. In fact, I feel great today, like I want to run, and the abs. How the hell did I got abs? The professor looked at with confusion. Professor Roberts, you feel like running. Lincoln, yeah. Professor Roberts, run. Lincoln, confused, what? Professor Roberts, just run. Lincoln was confused but nodded. He started to run, which he ran super fast, lightning coming out of his body. He stopped at the cortex, making papers flying everywhere. Elias and Chelsea was shocked. Elias, shocked, oh my gosh. What did I just witness? Professor Roberts, not surprised. The particle accelerator had so many energy inside of it. I'm just surprised that you got hit by it. We need to learn about this. Lincoln, about what? Professor Roberts, about how fast you can go. Dash question mark dash. Distorted for our next battle. Chapter 5, Old Crush. -5 days later. Lincoln was in S.T.A.R. labs, laying down, with a broken arm. He was exhausted of the tests that Professor Roberts was making him to do. He had to run to see how fast he could go, which is over 500 miles per hour. He kept doing it all day yesterday, and during the last running test, he was distracted over the memories of his old family, causing him to hit a wall, breaking his arm. Right now, Chelsea is yelling at the professor and Elias for dangerously testing him. Lincoln's test run weren't safe. He had to dodge many dangerous things while all practicing of how to stop safely. Chelsea goes to Lincoln to see the X-ray, which appears that the arm has been fixed. Lincoln, wow, it's already fixed. Professor Roberts, not surprised, seems like your super speed ability is making you heal in a faster rate. Lincoln, this is awesome. Elias, excited, what's more awesome is that you're going to be a superhero. Lincoln and Chelsea looked at him with surprise. Lincoln, what? Chelsea, angry, are you crazy? Linky is not going to do that. Besides, the professor isn't going to allow that. Professor Roberts, I agreed to that idea. The particle accelerator was supposed to be something to help the city, and considering that Lincoln was affected by the particle accelerator, he might help us, as we can also see if anyone is a metahuman like him. Lincoln, confused, a meta what now? Elias, metahuman, it's the term we are calling it to the people who were affected by the particle accelerator. Lincoln, okay. Chelsea, angry, you can't be serious, Professor. Professor Roberts, coldly, I'm being serious. Chelsea was extremely angry and stormed out of the room. Elias, I don't understand, why is she acting like a mom to you? Lincoln, neither do I. Elias, anyway, I want to show you your suit, something that made out of care and love. Come, follow me. Lincoln, okay. Elias and Lincoln goes to his workshop where there's a tarp under up top of something. Elias, I hope you like it. Elias dramatically took off the tarp, which shows a red mask with lighting bolts on each sides, with a red leather jacket with an lighting emblem, red leather pants and red boots. Lincoln, shocked, whoa. Elias, whoa indeed. This suit is aerodynamics and has intense temperature and abrasion resistance, basically making your suit to be able to handle high temperature. Lincoln. Impressive, nice. Elias. Inside the emblem in the middle of the suit has a mini camera on it so we can see what going on and help you during your fight. It also have a sensor system, this is so we can identify your condition and health. The suit has a GPS built into it so that we can keep track of where you're at, see how much power you're generating, and determine how fast you're running. Also those lighting bolts on both of sides are earbuds with a built-in microphone, that we can communicate with you. Lincoln. Impressed, wow, so many abilities in this suit. Elias. I knew you would like it. Took all of my money from my pocket, but hey, it's for a good cause. Lincoln. Thanks, but I'm actually going outside, I need some relaxation. Elias. No problem, especially after testing you. Lincoln nodded and left Elias's workshop and went to the elevator to go up to the main floor. He left the building and look around, it seems really quiet and it's kinda chilly. He started walk, sees Burpin Burger, he was extremely hungry so he decided to go there. He enters and order his food. He sits and waits for his food. While he was sitting, he saw a teen walking towards here, she looks so familiar. She enter and walks towards to the counter. That's where he realized that it was Tabby, one of his old crush. She is 5'6", she still has that haircut but a little longer on the back of the hair, she has a more feminine body. He was shocked that she was even here. He quickly tried to hide his face as he didn't want her to recognize him. Unfortunately, that was not the case. Tabby. Shocked Lincoln. Lincoln L. Lincoln immediately put his finger on his lips and made shish noises he didn't want to be exposed. Tabby looked at him with a shock expression, she finally saw Lincoln, for the first time in 4 years. Tabby sat next to him at the table. There was an awkward silence until Tabby said something. Tabby. Bloody hell, it's been years since I last seen you, mate. Lincoln looked down and opened his mouth. Lincoln. Sadly, I know. There was another awkward silence until the cashier said Lincoln's order number. Lincoln went to get his order and was going to leave until. Tabby. Wait. Lincoln looked back at her. Tabby. Angry, it's been bloody years since I last seen you and you're going to just leave me behind. Lincoln. I'm sorry, just that. I didn't expected to see someone from my past to find me. Tabby looked at him with sadness in her eyes. Tabby. I want to see how you're doing. Lincoln. Can't we do this in private later? Tabby. We can go to my house, my dad and I just moved into Central City. Lincoln was surprised but nodded. He opened the door for Tabby, which made both of them blushed. While the two were walking to the house, Lincoln was thinking about the how people that was in his old life were doing now. Tabby and Lincoln went to her house, it was new and fresh. Tabby. My dad is not here as he is working, let's go to my room. Both of them went to Tabby's room, which there was a lot of posters of Smooch and Mick Swagger, the room color was purple and there was collection of instruments. Lincoln thought of how this is the room Luna would have. Both sat at her bed, it was really awkward as both just saw each other in a long time. Tabby. So, why did you run away and what have you been doing all these years, mate? Can't tell you how so many people are still sad about you, especially Luna, she cursed herself for some reason being part of the reason as to why you ran away. Lincoln. I can't tell you. Tabby. Why? Lincoln. Sadly, you would hate Luna and the rest of my family. Tabby looked him with surprise. Tabby. In her mind, what does he mean by that? Tabby. I promise I won't be mad. Tell me, Lincoln. Lincoln took a deep breath and looked down. Lincoln. It all started when my sporty sister, Lynn, wanted me to go to her softball game. Now, usually I would go, but sometimes a guy needs a time for himself. I said no, but she started to beat me up. It hurt. I tried to do anything to stop her, even hugging her, but she didn't budge, told me that she wanted to. Yes. I said yes, which made Lynn happy. She just left. That day came, it was sunny, but for some reason, some lighting happened that made Lynn getting distracted and lost. She soon came to me and blamed me for being bad luck. I kept thinking about the bad luck. I decided to use it, which now looking back, was the worst thing I ever did. Long story short, I convinced my entire family, maybe expect for Luna or Lenny, that I was bad luck. Soon I started to miss my family as they excluded me from their life. My sisters, especially Lynn, treated me horribly. I even tried to convince them I wasn't, even came forward that I was lying, but they didn't believe. Sad, the nail of the coffin was that my family kicked me out of the house. Lincoln suddenly remembered the memory of the last time he ever saw them again. Flashback. The family goes inside. Luna and Lenny were going back to the house until Lincoln, crying, "Luna, Lenny, please don't abandon me," sob. "Please." Both of the sisters stopped. For a few seconds, Lincoln was crying over the fact that his two close sisters were abandoning him. Luna looked back at him with sadness in her eyes. Luna, quietly, "Sorry, little bro." Luna and Lenny both enter the house. Lincoln, angry, "Damn it." Flashback over. Lincoln looked down, with tears in his eyes. Tabby saw that Lincoln was crying. Lincoln, sobbing, "That WW was the last time I saw them again. After that, IFF felt so alone and IIW was so afraid. I helped them with everything, giving up my happiness for theirs. ID decided to run away, GG grabbing my stuff, and at midnight, I took my chance and run off. It wasn't easy for say. G getting mugged, having to hide from the police to make sure that I wasn't caught. When I got here, I was starving to death. I was so exhausted that I fell down. After that, a scientist helped me by hiding me from his lab, as long as I helped him in his project and met wonderful people, but till this day, sob. I still think about my old life. Lincoln looked at Tabby, who was shocked as well as angry. Lincoln, you said you promised you wouldn't get angry. Tabby, angry, how can't I not stay mad? All these years, I trusted your family. I was always jealous that you have siblings and I don't. But now, knowing how your family truly is, I'm glad I don't have those horrible people in my life. Lincoln, please don't get angry at my family. At the end of the day, the past is the past and I can't change it, and they are still my family. Tabby felt bad and hugged Lincoln. He was surprised about the hugging, but he needed one, so he hugged her back. Tabby, in her mind, hope you don't mind about this. Tabby kissed Lincoln in the lips. Lincoln was also surprised about this, but decided to kiss her back. They both stopped kissing and looked at each other, blushing before Lincoln thought of a question. Lincoln, quick question, Tabby. Tabby, I'm all ears, mate. Lincoln, how is my family doing? Tabby looked down, and looked back at him with a mixture of, should I or should I not, and nervousness. Tabby, I don't have the right answer, but I know some who knows that lives here. Lincoln looked at her with a surprised look on his face. Lincoln, who? Tabby took a deep breath. Tabby, Luna loud. Chapter 6, Debut plus Chelsea's backstory. Tabby, Luna loud. Lincoln eyes widen. Did he just hear that correctly? His rock and rolling sister actually lives here. Lincoln sad face, shocked, Luna. Tabby, yes, she's been living here for about 7 months with Sam. Lincoln, wow, I can't believe it. Tabby, yeah, all you have to do is to talk to her. She is actually going to perform in the Central City's musical club. If you want to come with me, mate. Lincoln looked down, thinking if he should do it. At one part, he is still pissed that his sister had abandoned him, but one part of him tells him that to forgive her. His mind was in 50-50. But ultimately he choose. Lincoln, sure. Tabby smiles and hugs him again. Tabby, here's my phone number. They both took out their phone and exchanged phone number. Lincoln, so, when and why did you move to Central City? Tabby, 4 months ago, my dad found out that my mom had an affair and they both divorced. Sad, me and my dad moved here and my dad found a good job, but I barely see him now. Lincoln, I'm so sorry for you. Tabby, it's okay. Lincoln and Tabby started to talk about how their life has been going. Lincoln, yeah, I actually helped build S.T.A.R. Lab's particle accelerator, which unfortunately exploded. Tabby, yeah, I heard that it exploded. Some people died and some were injured. Lincoln, well, I was one of them. Tabby, worried, wow, were you okay, mate? Lincoln, I was in a coma for a while but now, I'm perfectly a-okay. Lincoln looks at his watch and sees that it's 8 p.m. Lincoln didn't want to hear Chelsea yelling at him saying that it's dangerous to be outside at night. Lincoln, I need to go. Tabby looked at him with a sympathetic face. Tabby, happy, okay. Lincoln got up and started to leave. Tabby, And remember, they miss you. Lincoln didn't look back, didn't even respond. He left the room and the house. He started to walk to S.T.A.R. labs. He looks to his left to see a white male with brown hair, suspiciously walk into the bank. Lincoln knew that he's planning something that is not good. He was going to catch him, but he thought that he's not that big of a deal. It took 5 minutes for the man to go outside with cash in his bag and started to walk. Soon, police cars were driving to the suspect, when the man released a dust devil. Lincoln seen enough and ran to S.T.A.R. labs. He was in Cortex in seconds. Elias was stacking dominoes, which were a lot. Unfortunately, it was blown over when Lincoln ran to the Cortex. Elias looked at him. Elias, angrily, do you know how long did it took to stack these dominoes? Lincoln, sorry, but it seems like I'm not the only one who is affected by the particle accelerator. This man can control the weather and he's attacking the police. Elias' eyes were wide. Elias' sad face, shocked, oh no. I can't believe that there's a weather wizard. Yes, that will be his name, Weather Wizard. Lincoln, that does sound like a good name. Professor Roberts walked to the room with confusion in his face. Professor Roberts, I heard shouting, and I see that Lincoln knocked over the dominoes. Lincoln, I saw a man who was controlling the weather and released a dust devil to the police. Professor Roberts, well, at least you have the suit that Elias made. Lincoln, where is it? Elias, at my workshop. Lincoln quickly ran to the room and grabbed the suit, putting it on in less than 1 second. He ran to where the suspect was. But he was gone. Lincoln, in his mind, confused, where are you? Lincoln started to run around the city, trying to find him. He even ran to houses to see if he was in there, but wasn't nowhere to be seen. Lastly, he checked the barn, the place where it was partly destroyed by the explosion. Lincoln saw Weather Wizard walking towards him. Lincoln, you. Weather Wizard looked at him with confusion. Right now, he sees a teen who's wearing a red leather suit and mask. Weather Wizard, who the hell are you? Flash, I'm the Flash and I'm here to stop you. Elias, over the speaker, what a horrible way to introduce yourself. Flash, look, this is the first time being a superhero. Weather Wizard, angry, are you done cosplaying or do you need to taste my wrath? Elias, angry, he did not just say that my suit is a cosplay costume. Lincoln, bring it on. All of a suddenly, a tornado spawned around the Weather Wizard. Lincoln, panicking, what do I do? Professor Roberts, run around the tornado in the opposite direction, it will make the tornado disappear. Lincoln, got it. Lincoln run around the tornado in the opposite direction and was able to stop the tornado. Lincoln immediately grabbed the Weather Wizard and ran to S.T.A.R. labs. He was in the Cortex with him. Elias immediately ran toward him and put him in handcuffs. Weather Wizard, do you really think handcuffs will stop me? Weather Wizard started to laugh and tried to summon a tornado again, but it won't allow him to. Elias, I'm not stupid, this cuff stops your powers. Huh. Lincoln, where do I put him? Elias, well, me and the professor knew that some metahumans will turn evil, so during your coma, we build a prison in the particle accelerator. We made sure that it's unbreakable, the glass is unbreakable and there's no way he will be using his power. Lincoln immediately brought him to the entrance of the particle accelerator and put him in a cell. Lincoln came back to the Cortex and started to cheer. Elias, cheering, woohoo, I can't believe you are now officially a superhero. Lincoln, happy, gosh, it feels good. So where's Chelsea? Elias, she's in your room, crying. The professor and I tried to go to the room but she locked it. Lincoln, she's mad, right? Elias, yeah, you should check her out. She's probably not angry at you. Lincoln, sad, okay. Lincoln walks over to his room. He sees his door closed, so he pressed his ears to hear sobbing. He sighed and knocked the door. Chelsea, sad, go away. Lincoln, it's me, Lincoln. Lincoln waited for a while. Finally he hears the door being unlocked and enter. Lincoln sees Chelsea in his bed, with a tissue. Lincoln's room was kinda like his old room was, full with ace-savvy stuff as well as video games, not only that but workout equipment. Although he isn't really muscular, he's definitely more leaner and stronger than his wimpy days. Lincoln sat on his bed, there was an awkward silence for a while. Chelsea, sad, do you wonder why I acted more like a mom to you? Lincoln looked surprised. For 4 years, he was trying to figure out why did she acted that way. She grounded him multiple times when he did something bad, not that he was complaining, but it's just weird to see her acting like this. Lincoln. Yes. Chelsea sighed and looked down. Chelsea. Sad. When I was 16, I was pretty naive and most of the classmates I was with used it for their amusement. One time, this boy told me that I was special and treated me so great, which made me feel happy. I only heard that from my family members. Then, 2 weeks on our relationship, we did our first time and we didn't use protection. I soon found out that I was pregnant. My family were mad at me but they said they will help me. But when I told my boyfriend about it, tearing up, he told me to get an abortion. I refused because although I didn't wanted a baby now, I was also happy. He broke up with me, which hurt me, and he spread the news that I intentionally gotten myself pregnant, which hurt me and my family's reputation. Soon we moved to Central City. After about 4 months, I went into labor. I remember seeing my baby. He was so cute. He had white hair and freckles. I was so happy. I named him Logan, starting to sob. Unfortunately, when he was 5 months old, he got an sick. I took him to the hospital where they told me, sob, that he had the flu which was deadly to infants, sob. He died on October 5, 2011, sobbing. IIC couldn't stop think about him. Then, you came here, why you are remind me of how my son would have looked like when he was 11 years old. I acted like mom BB because I wanted to relive those days. Chelsea began to cry harder. Lincoln was shocked. He couldn't believe that she hated a son. He started to tear up and comfort her. They both hugged each other. Lincoln sad-faced, sad, I'm so sorry about you lost. Chelsea. Sad, it's okay. Thank you for making me feel happy. Lincoln blushed a little bit. Lincoln. For your sake, I won't be a hero anymore. Chelsea. No, it's okay. If you want to be, it's fine by me. I just want you to be happy. They both hugged each other again. Chapter 7. A loud reunion. -2 weeks later. Lincoln is running around the city as the Flash. He had stopped another bank robbery. It's been 2 weeks since Lincoln became the Flash and so far, he has been loving it. He's been stopping a lot of evil metahumans, stopping criminals, and saving lives. Lincoln runs to the Cortex. Elias is looking at the monitor that shows Lincoln's status. Elias. Excited. Another criminal behind bars. Both of them fist bump. Lincoln sad face, happy, damn. It feels great. I am loving this role. Elias. Nice to see that the Speed Force is doing well to you. Lincoln sad face, confused, Speed Force. Elias. It's a cosmic force based around velocity and movement. It's been there since the dawn of time. It seems like you have the Speed Force in you. Lincoln, still a little bit confused, okay. The professor walks towards him with hamburgers in his hands. Professor Roberts. Got some lunch. Elias. Happy, niece. The professor gave Elias a hamburger. Elias. Nice. The professor gave Lincoln a lot of hamburgers and fries. It turns out that he needs to eat 5 times than an average human eats in a day to keep up his energy. Lincoln developed a acute hypoglycemia which was caused by his sped-up metabolism. Lincoln. Thanks, Professor. The professor nodded, grabbed his food and walked off. Lincoln sat down and started to eat, which didn't took too long and finished it less than 4 minutes. Elias. I need to make a lot of high-calorie bars. Lincoln was about to say something, until his phone rang. Lincoln pull out his phone and sees that it's Tabby. Him and Tabby have been dating for a while, although he hadn't told anyone about it yet. Lincoln. I need to take this. Elias. Sure, buddy. Lincoln leaves the room to the hallway and answer the phone call. Lincoln. Hey sweetie. Tabby. Hey love, good news. Lincoln. Cool, what is it? Tabby. Today is the day. Luna is going to perform in the Central City Music Club. I got 2 tickets, so we can go. It's at 7:30 p.m. Lincoln paused for a second. He's actually going to see Luna again, after 4 years since he last saw her. He is kinda nervous. Lincoln. Nervously, and nice, I can't wait. Tabby. Great. Also please remember that she still cares about you. So don't get too angry, alright mate. Lincoln, oh okay. They both hung up. Lincoln went to his room and sat on his bed. He is actually going to see his sister for the first time in years. He looks at the clock and see that it's 4:28 p.m. He went to get ready, taking a shower, dressing up really good, and waits for the time. Chelsea walks in. Chelsea, happy, hey Linky. Ooh, you look great, what's the occasion? Lincoln, nervously, hey Chelsea, I'm just going to the music club to see some performers, with my girlfriend. You'll also like. Lincoln started to blush. Chelsea, on the other hand, was shocked but happy. Chelsea, happy, oh my gosh, my little Linky has a girlfriend. Lincoln, yeah, I just need to wait for a while. Chelsea, sweet, so tell me, who's the lucky lady? How is she? Lincoln, her name is Tabby Adlin. She is kind, she's a rock and roller, so that's why we are going to the club. Chelsea, happy, when did you met her? Lincoln slowly frowned, which didn't went unnoticed. Chelsea raised an eyebrow. Lincoln, nervous, 4 years ago. Chelsea was stunned, but soon realized that this Tabby girl must be someone from Lincoln's past. Chelsea, curious, how did she found you? Lincoln, she found me by accident 2 weeks ago. I went to Burpin Burger to eat, she entered and saw me. We went to her house, hang out a little bit, telling how life has been, and she wanted to go to the musical club with me. Soon we started to date. That's why I usually go outside nowadays. Chelsea, oh okay, I have to go somewhere. Hope you have fun, and if you're going to do it, please wear protection. Lincoln started to blush. He is okay with Chelsea acting like a mom, but sometimes she can be a little bit mom-ish. Chelsea left his room. Lincoln lays down on his bed and waits till 7:30. Central City's Performing Center, 7:27 p.m. Lincoln is next to the Performing Center building, waiting for Tabby. He is kinda nervous, although wear very nice clothes, he's still wearing his hat to maybe avoid Luna finding him. Lincoln sees Tabby wearing some beautiful clothes. It definitely screams rock and roll, but it's more nicer. Tabby, hey there, love. You look quite handsome. Lincoln, thanks sweetie, you look great too. Both of them took a quick kiss and head to the building. It's huge but not that huge, there's room of different hobbies like art and theater acts. They find the room that says the musical club. They enter to the room, there's about 50 people sitting in the chair. They find a seat and sat down. Lincoln is kinda nervous. The show started. They saw a lot of performance by local musicians, which was great, which took nearly 2 hours. Host, that was a great performance. Up next, Luna Loud. Lincoln started to tremor with unease. Tabby saw that Lincoln was becoming a little distressed and placed her hand on his hand. Lincoln calms down a bit. Lincoln saw someone walking and started to tear up. It's Luna. She is now 19 years old, wearing black leather jacket, purple and black shirt, ripped dark gray pants, and black boots. She's about 5 feet 10 tall. Her hair is still the same, but it has a purple streak. She also have a hourglass body figure. She has definitely grown a lot. Luna brought a stool and sat on it with a guitar. Luna grabbed the mic. Luna, sad, hello Central City, I'm Luna Loud. This song is dedicated to my missing younger brother. Luna inhale and exhale, grabbed his guitar and started the music. Insert sad song here. Look, I tried really hard find a sad song about losing a loved one, and I couldn't find one that seems good. If you guys have a music suggestion, please DM me. The music ended with Luna catching her breath. Lincoln was tearing up, she really had missed him a lot. Tabby knew that Lincoln would eventually cry, so she gave him some tissues. Lincoln was wiping his eyes as it was watery. He also took out his hat as he was waving his hat to make sure his tears were completely dried. Everyone started to clap, with some people even tearing up as well. Luna, sad, thank you, Central City. Luna looked around the crowd, smiling but also sad as well. That's when she spotted Lincoln. She gasped. Luna, her mind, shocked, is it Linky? Luna sees the white-haired teenager's feature and sure enough, she confirmed that it is Lincoln. Chipped over bite teeth, freckles and white hair. Luna started to tear up more. She walked towards to the backstage. Meanwhile, Lincoln was still wiping his eyes out. Tabby, be careful love, you're going to hurt your eye. Soon, someone with a suit walks up to the two. It's the host. Host, Hey, so Luna Loud wants to see you too in the backstage, follow me. Tabby. Okay. Tabby got up and sees that Lincoln was still sitting, his hands are covering his face. Tabby. Come on mate. Please get up. Lincoln. Sad, I can't. Tabby. Worried, yes you can. Please, do it for me. Lincoln didn't say anything but got up, clear answer that is a yes. The host lead the two to the backstage. No one was in the backstage other than Luna. The host left to finish the show with the last performer. Luna ran to Lincoln and immediately hugged. Lincoln hugged her back. Luna started to sob. Luna. Sobbing, L Linky, it's great to see you again, L little b bro. Lincoln. Sad, it's great to see you too, Luna. The both kept hugging till Lincoln was turning blue. Tabby. Luna, might want to let go of him, he's turning blue mate. Luna let go of Lincoln. Both of them sat to a chair. It was pretty awkward as they haven't seen each other for years, till Luna opened her mouth. Luna. Sad, curious, how have you been doing for all these years? Lincoln. Sad, been doing great. Came to Central City, starving and exhausted, but a scientist helped me by letting me stay in his lab, S.T.A.R. labs, only if I helped him with the particle accelerator. Since then, meeting many great people, helping building the particle accelerator, which was finished in December. Of course, if you know, it exploded and I got injured, was in a coma for 7 months, but I'm doing great so far. Luna was shocked about him being injured, as well as him helping S.T.A.R. labs to build the invention that exploded. Luna. Shocked, wow. Lincoln took a deep breath. Lincoln. Sad, stuttering, so, how has the F family been doing alt these years? Luna looked at him with sympathy and sadness in her eyes. Luna. Sad, they are doing okay as far as I can tell, but without you, no one was truly happy or got over with you. They all missed you. Mom has been pretty depressed all these years, took a toll on her. Same can be said with Dad. Lori was pretty much a mess, but she still went to college in Great Lake City with Bobby. Lenny is the one who is more affected by it, emotionally. You being missing, got really depressed and so far, not one night can't she not crying herself to sleep. Lincoln felt guilty. Luna. I went to Central City with Sam as we are trying to get into the College of Central City as it has more opportunities with music. Me and Sam are dating now and she makes me happy, but I missed you so much. Luann. Well, seems like it took a huge toll on her mental health. She became more sadistic with the pranks, and her laugh actually strikes fear on people. Lincoln eyes widen. Luann. Luann being more cruel in her pranks now. Luna. Lynn. Let's just save that for later. Lucy also missed you. Never seen her cried before when we realized that you were gone. Lola and Lana are doing great but without you, they kept fighting each other viscously and they both missed you too. Lisa. She became too busy with our family problems, but, did recall seeing her tearing up when he sees your picture. She became the first person to accept that you weren't coming back, so far as thinking that you had died. Lily misses you too. Although her vivid memory with you are not that much. We always tell stories about you and how you were a great brother to her, she wants to see you too. Lincoln was processing, but started to think that, why the hell can't she tell how Lynn is doing? Lincoln. What about Lynn? Luna took a deep breath. Luna. Lynn hasn't been doing good dude. When we found out that you were gone. We were worried and crying about it, while Lynn was sitting in the couch, she looked like she got lost in her mind. We all stopped and looked at Lynn. We were all angry at her. When our parents went to the police department to file the missing report. Lori came up to her and punched Lynn multiple times, it felt satisfying but also sad. Lynn was bleeding, spitting out blood. The first 2 weeks, Lynn had the worst weeks on her life. She was getting beaten up by me and our siblings. Expect Lenny as she felt bad for Lynn as she felt that Lynn didn't expect this to happen because hell if her punishment was to not play sports for a year, then we will give her some of our punishment. It got to the point where mom and dad actually had to make her sleep in their bedroom for a while, for her safety. It was brutal. Lincoln was shocked. Yeah, Lynn should have never made this dumb superstition accusation, but that's no excuse for beating her up multiple times in a brutal fashion. Luna. Since then, Lynn have been pretty depressed and cursed herself for even calling you a bad luck. Now looking back, we should have never ever listened to her crap. Sobbing, weaa all missed you so much and it was miserable without you. I'm sorry. Luna began to cry louder and hugged him tightly. Lincoln was tearing up because how much has his family been through. Although he knows that they shouldn't have done it, he felt like crap, now knowing that him running away basically destroyed the family life. Lincoln, sad, whispering, I forgive you. Luna sniffed and wiped her eyes. Luna, sad, really? Lincoln smiles. Lincoln, yes. Luna looked at Lincoln's eyes with hope in her eyes. Luna, sad, want to see the family again. Lincoln frowned, although he felt bad and want to forgive them as much as they want to say sorry, the bad memories is preventing him. Lincoln started to tear up yet. Lincoln, sad, I can't. I can't. Not now. Luna looked at him with sympathy. Luna, sad, I understand. When you're ready, please tell me. Tabby started to tear up as it was so heartwarming seeing the two loud siblings reconcile. Soon the host comes to the backstage. Host, all right, the event has concluded. Here's your money. The host gives the money to Luna. Host, hope you have a great day. Soon the host left. Luna checked his phone to see that it's 9:30 p.m. Luna, it's getting late. Luna, Lincoln, and Tabby soon left the building and went up to a black 2020 Honda Civic. Lincoln, this car's yours. Luna, yep, hop in, I will drop you off at your place. Lincoln, smiling, thanks Luna, but I don't live far from here. Tabby, oi, I need a ride, Luna. Luna, well Tabby, come in. Tabby turned around at Lincoln and kissed him on the lips, which shocked Luna. Tabby, see you later, love. Lincoln, blushing, see you soon too. Luna looked at the two teenagers, already imagining a wedding between the two. Luna, smiling, sigh, teenagers in love. Lincoln and Tabby started to blush harder. Tabby went inside of the car. The car started to drive off. Lincoln looked at the car, smiling. Until, a tornado spawned out of nowhere. Lincoln, in his mind, shocked, oh no. I forgot to lock Weather Wizard's prison door. What he saw made him scared and angry. The tornado hit Luna's car which made the car go upside down. Lincoln immediately ran to the S.T.A.R. labs. Elias was stacking cards to make a house card. Lincoln ran to the Cortex, immediately grabbed his suit, put it on and run off to Weather Wizard. Elias's house card has been blown over. Elias, angry, damn it. Elias looked at the mannequin which doesn't have the flash suit. He immediately ran to the monitor with Chelsea. Chelsea, he seems to be going too. Shocked to the performance center. Elias looks at the brain activity. Elias, geez, Lincoln must be pissed. Elias checked the CCTV cameras to the performance center to see a tornado. Elias, shocked, uh-oh. Meanwhile with Lincoln. Lincoln ran straight to the tornado site. He is actually going too fast as he is going over 600 miles per hour. He remembers that he needed to run around the tornado in the opposite direction. So he did exactly that and soon the tornado stopped. But what Weather Wizard didn't expect is that Lincoln touched the ground, which lightning from his speed force struck. Lincoln actually secretly practiced to do this. He zapped the ground again, but he grabbed the lightning before it hit the ground. Lincoln was blinded by rage that he did the unthinkable. Lincoln ran towards to Weather Wizard, jumped at him and hit him with the lightning, which caused a loud thunder. Lincoln snapped out of his blind rage that he looked at arm which has blood. Soon he realized that he killed Weather Wizard. He was shocked by it. Lincoln immediately ran towards to Luna's crashed car. Lincoln crouched to see Luna unconscious while Tabby was awake but in pain. Lincoln, sorry if I have to do this, Tabby. Tabby didn't get a moment to realize when Lincoln grabbed her and Luna, holding both of them with his arms. Lincoln ran towards to S.T.A.R. labs which took 10 seconds. Soon, he got to the Cortex. He let go of Tabby, which she collapsed to her knees and started to vomit due to motion sickness. Both Chelsea and Elias were confused. Elias, concerned, who are those two, especially that hot chick? Pointing at Luna. Lincoln, annoyed, freaking out, now is not the time. Chelsea, set up the hospital bed. After the hospital bed was set up, Lincoln placed the unconscious rocker gently to the hospital bed. While Tabby was sitting next to Luna, as Chelsea is stitching up her face as there was some cuts. Lincoln checked Luna monitor and see that she's fine so far. Tabby, Pain, ow, it hurts, and I didn't know that you were the Flash, love. Chelsea looks at Tabby. Chelsea, okay, what happened and who is she? Lincoln, worried, this is Tabby, pointing at Tabby, my girlfriend, and Elias, happy, whoa. You didn't told me you had a girlfriend. Proud of you, man, told you that my advice would work. Lincoln, I didn't use your advice. I didn't wanted to get slapped, again. Elias frowned. Chelsea, smiling at Tabby, oh, you are dating with Lincoln. Tabby nod. Chelsea, well then, hello Tabby, I'm Chelsea Walker, Lincoln's friend and S.T.A.R. Lab's one and only doctor. Pointing at Elias, that's Elias Phillips, Lincoln's best friend. Tabby, smiles, Pain, sweet, nice to meet both of you, mate. Chelsea smiles and looks at Luna with confusion. Chelsea, who is she? Lincoln was kinda nervous. Chelsea had expressed her hatred to his family for kicking him out of the house for something so stupid. But, what's the point of lying if she soon will find out? Lincoln, sigh, she is Luna, my sister. Chelsea and Elias' eyes widen. Chelsea, shocked, what? Elias, damn, your sister pretty hot. Chelsea smacks Elias's head. Chelsea, angry, you pervert. Elias, ow. Chelsea looks at Lincoln. Chelsea, getting angry, you're telling me that this is your sister. Lincoln hesitantly nod. Chelsea started to clench her fist and grind her teeth. Lincoln notices it. Lincoln, annoyed, don't get mad at my sister. Chelsea, angry, why not? Her and your family kicked you out for something so stupid and unbelievable, and now, she came back for what? To hurt you more. To Ma. Lincoln couldn't handle her family being badly said. Lincoln, frustrated, I was the one, WHO went to her. Not her. Chelsea, Elias, and Tabby were stunned by Lincoln's outburst. Lincoln, when I talked to Tabby for the first time in years. I told her how has my family been doing. Tabby told me that she doesn't have the right answer but told me that Luna lives in Central City and I should talk to her, and today, there was a Central City Music Club event. Tabby and I went to the music club, we saw people performing their music and then Luna came up. She sang a sad song about me. She missed me. Soon Luna recognized me, told the host to bring me to the backstage. In there, we talked about how our life have been doing, how my family been doing and how much she missed me, both me and her. That's why Luna is here. She didn't even know that I lived here. Chelsea felt pretty guilty for accusing Luna of being heartless. Luna soon groaned, opened her eyes and sees Lincoln in a red leather outfit that looked like what Flash would wear. A woman talking to him. A young man looking at his phone and Tabby closing her eyes with her headsets on, seeming to listen music. Luna, weak, what the? All four of them look at him. Lincoln immediately run up to Luna. Lincoln, concerned, are you okay Luna? Luna looked at Lincoln with surprised look on her face. Luna, shocked, why you're the Flash. Lincoln looks down at his suit. Lincoln, yes, I'm the Flash. Luna looks at the two unfamiliar people. Luna, who are they? Lincoln, pointing, this is Chelsea Walker, my friend and, although not officially, my new mom. Chelsea looks at Luna with a, not amused, face. Chelsea, just call me Dr. Walker. Lincoln, pointing at Elias, this is Elias Phillips, my best friend. Elias looks at Luna with a smirk. Confusing Luna. Elias, hey there, good looking, are you single? Luna blushed while Lincoln got pissed. Lincoln, angrily, she has a girlfriend. Elias, sad, aw man. Luna, well then, hello. Where am I? Lincoln, you're in S.T.A.R. Labs, where I live. Luna, really? This labs looks great, and has so many technology. Lisa would definitely love to be here. Confused but what happened? Lincoln, weather wizard appeared and created a small tornado, and knocked your car over. You were unconscious while Tabby just got a lot of cuts in her face. Luna, wow, ow, my legs hurt. Lincoln, yeah, you broke your leg. So the whole night, you're going to be here. Soon you can move with some crunches. Tabby looks at her phone and freaks out. Tabby, bloody hell, my dad has messaged me, telling me where I am. What do? I can't just go to my house with my face being stitched up. Chelsea, smiling, thought you would say this. Here's a note that I wrote for your parents. Chelsea gave Tabby the note. Tabby smiles. Tabby, thank you mate. Chelsea smiles and nodded. Tabby, although I need a ride. Lincoln knew what Tabby meant. Lincoln, are you sure? You vomited when I brought you here. Tabby, please, I will give you something in return, if you know what I mean. Lincoln blushed and sighed. Lincoln, okay, but first let me talk out my suit. Tabby nodded. Lincoln started to take out his outfit, which luckily he had clothes under it. Lincoln picked up Tabby with his arms. He looks at Tabby. Lincoln, ready. Tabby nodded and snuggles him. Lincoln started to run to Tabby's house. When they got there, Lincoln let go of Tabby. She immediately puked. Tabby, thanks love. Lincoln, smiling, you're welcome. Tabby took out her keys and unlocked the door. She opened, before she entered. Tabby came to Lincoln and kissed him in the mouth. Tabby, see you later, Linky. Lincoln, see you later too. Lincoln soon ran to the lab. Chapter 8, Bonding plus New Threats. Hey guys, hope you enjoy Chapter 8. I want to say thanks for over 2K reads, it means a lot to me. Anyway, without further ado, let's begin. August 1st, 2020, 12:25 p.m. Lincoln woke up on his bed. He sees the time. He gets off his bed, picks up his fresh clothes and heads to the bathroom to get clean. He gets out his room and started to go to the bathroom. He was walking next the Cortex when he hears giggling. Lincoln goes to the Cortex to see Luna and Chelsea laughing at a book. He forgot that Luna was in S.T.A.R. labs due to her broken leg. Luna was already sitting on the hospital bed, but she still has the cast on her leg. Chelsea, smiling, he looks so cute with the costume. Luna, smiling, yeah, he does. Lincoln was confused. He walks up to them. Lincoln, confused, what are you laughing at? Luna and Chelsea looks at him and immediately shied their eyes. Chelsea, ah. Lincoln, why are you in your underwear? Lincoln put on his clothes. He decided to take a shower later. Lincoln sees both of them still shielding their eyes. Lincoln rolled his eyes. Lincoln, annoyed, alright. My clothes are on. Luna and Chelsea put their hand down. Luna, Jesus, little bro. You definitely grew. Lincoln blushed from embarrassment. Lincoln, anyway, what are reading? Luna was hesitant to say what it was, but Chelsea immediately showed Lincoln the book. Lincoln immediately blushed. He sees an old picture of himself. Lincoln was 6 years old with his Ace Savvy costume watching a movie about Ace Savvy. Lincoln, embarrassed, Luna and Chelsea smile at him and resume to seeing some old photos. Luna, I remember this was Linky's first time reading comics. Luna show Lincoln the old picture which made him blushed. Lincoln was 7-year-old, reading his first comic that he owned, with his underwear. He didn't even knew that the photo was taken. Chelsea, even thought he's a teenager now, he still reads with his underwear. Luna looked surprised. Luna, really? Chelsea nods while Luna started to laugh. Lincoln blushed from embarrassment. Lincoln, embarrassed, annoyed, not cool. Chelsea smiles, then her phone rang. She grabbed her phone and checks who it is. Chelsea, oh, this is important, I will be back later. Chelsea walks out of the Cortex while Luna looks at Lincoln with a smile. Luna, so, how is being the Flash feels like? Lincoln, it feels so great. Just help people from danger puts a smile on my face. I also feel free when I run. Luna, that sounds fun. Lincoln, happy, confident, oh, it is. Sometimes I usually take my time to stop robbers just because it's fun to play with them. Luna smiles. You'll also like. Luna, smiling, hey, can you give me a tour of this building? You didn't show me this place yet. Lincoln was hesitant on giving random people a tour. The professor is pretty strict on giving tours. Lincoln has to show Luna certain rooms that is allowed to be seen. He sighed. Lincoln, hesitant, okay, but I can't really show you a lot. Most of the room are pretty secretive and the professor would get pretty mad if he found out. While he is a nice man and let me in live here, but when he gets angry, it ain't pretty. Luna, okay. Lincoln, good, I just need grab a wheelchair for you. Luna, it's okay, I can just use the crunches to mow. Lincoln, oh no, you going to use the wheelchair? I don't want to see you struggle to move with the crunches while I'm giving you a tour. Luna, reluctantly, alright. Lincoln nods and walks over to a closet in the Cortex. He brings out a wheelchair, set it up and brings it to Luna. Lincoln helps Luna to sit the wheelchair. Once Luna sat on the wheelchair, Lincoln started wheel her out of the cortex into the rooms that he is able to show Luna. Their first stop is Elias's workshop. Lincoln: okay, so, this is my friend Elias's workshop. Luna looks at his brother with confusion. Luna: isn't he the dude who was trying to hitting on me in an awful way? Lincoln rolled his eyes: yeah, that's him. Sorry if he was weird, he does get a little bit flirty when it comes to women. Luna gave Lincoln a weak smile. Luna: it's okay, Lincoln. I heard worse flirty than that. Lincoln: okay then. This place is where he does his tech work to help S.T.A.R. labs. Well, not anymore. Luna: sad, I'm so sorry to hear that. Lincoln: it's okay. Like I said, I'm okay. Luna: well, let's see other rooms. Lincoln show Luna some rooms that are allowed to be seen in the public eye, which wasn't that much. Lincoln was wheeling Luna to his room. It was the last room of the unauthorized tour that he was giving. Luna was wondering where were they going next. Luna: confused, where we going? Lincoln: we're going to my room. They both were getting close to the room and soon they were in front of Lincoln's room. He opened the door and bring Luna to the room. She closed her eyes during the wheelchair movie because she didn't want spoilers. Lincoln see Luna covering her eyes out. Lincoln: here we are. Luna opened her eyes and looked around. She sees action figures, video game consoles, and workout equipment. Luna: whoa, it actually not a bad looking pad. Lincoln: thanks. Trust me, those were expensive as heck. Got to take triple shifts. Dangerous but worth it. Luna looks around to see some paintings. One of them was about a superhero with a black suit which has a bat logo. Alongside with him was a woman with red shirt with an R logo on the upper left of her shirt. She was also wearing a green shorts and green boots. The woman had a green bandana and green gloves. Luna: is that Batman and Robin? Lincoln looks at the painting. Lincoln: yep, that is Batman and Robin. Gotham City's vigilantes. Luna: yeah, nice painting. How long did it took? Lincoln: about 3 hours, that was 2 years ago. I had to see some photos that were available on the internet to get the best detail. Do you like it? Luna: yeah, they look very good and have a lot of details. Especially Robin. Wait, were you in love with Robin? Lincoln: blushing, no. Luna chuckling: haha, I'm joking. Luna looks around the room smiling. Lincoln definitely grew a lot since that day. She sees the workout equipments. Lincoln got a lot more leaner and stronger. Strong enough to carry her unconscious body and Tabby in the same time. Luna then saw a drawing that got her attention. Lincoln sees her sister looking at something. He sees what Luna was staring at. It was an old painting of the Loud House that Lincoln drew years ago. Luna: is that? Lincoln: sad, yep, our house. I painted that 4 months after I lived here. I painted this after Chelsea told me to paint something that to take out your pain. I was severely depressed after the whole incident. It took a long time but the painting turned out great. Luna looked at Lincoln with sympathy. Luna: did I forget to tell you that Lynn is not in our house anymore? Lincoln eyes widen. He turns his head to Luna. Lincoln: shocked, what do you mean she's not in the house anymore? Luna took a deep breath. Luna: remember how I told you that Lynn basically became an outcast in the house and how she would get beat up by our other sisters? Lincoln: yeah. Luna: well, Mom and Dad decided to send her to boarding school in Gotham City. Lincoln: confused, was it a punishment? Luna: well, a little bit. It's mostly because of Lynn's safety. Lynn was crying when they said that she was going to a boarding school. Of course Mom and Dad said that they love her despite what she did to you, but it's for her own safety. She's still in Gotham City, already in her junior year. She does talk to us from time to time, usually about how our day's been going and whatnot. Got to say, but I kinda missed her. Not a lot, but it feels pretty weird with 2 less Louds. Lincoln was surprised about all of this. Lincoln: wow. So, basically our family is pretty much in ruins. Luna: yeah, pretty much. Lincoln: feeling guilty, I'm sorry. Luna: surprised, what? Lincoln: sad, I'm sorry that I run away. I should have known that something bad would happen to the family. Luna hold Lincoln hands. Luna: it's not your fault. We made you an outcast all because something so dumb and unbelievable. I understand why you run away, and honestly, if it happened to me, I would run away too. Lincoln sadly nodded. Luna's phone vibrated with a message noise sounding. She checks her cracked phone because to see who it is. Luna, it's Sam. She's wondering where I am. Lincoln, confused, she just wondering that now. Luna, shrugged, she probably woke up after finishing her work shift. Must be very exhausted. The thing is that I need to go home. Maybe you can use your speed to get me home. Lincoln, surprised, what? No. Luna, please Linky. Lincoln, I can't do this, especially considering that you have a broken leg. Trust me, if I knew your leg was broken before we got to S.T.A.R. labs, I would have just called the ambulance. Luna gave him puppy eyes that although Lincoln tried his hardest not to give in, unfortunately he failed. He sighs. Lincoln, accepted defeat. Okay Luna. Let me get the crunches. Luna, thanks little bro. This is my address. Luna shows Lincoln the map to her house from her phone. Lincoln looks at it, nods and runs to the cortex and grab the crunches. Immediately run back to the Luna, grabbing her and taking her to her house, which took 6 seconds, running and phasing through the front door, a move that Lincoln learned how to do by vibrating his molecules at an atomic level, allowing him to pass through solid objects. It also works while Lincoln is holding something. Once they were in the living room. Lincoln stopped, still holding Luna, which she was puking due to motion sickness. Once she was done, Lincoln carefully let go of Luna to the couch. Lincoln takes a perfect look on the living room. Before Lincoln could go, he sees Sam walking into the living room. Sam's hair is now shorter, same height as Luna's, which is 5 feet 10, her body is less feminine than Luna. She is wearing a gray shirt with a music symbol on it, blue jeans, and black boots. Sam, shocked, Lincoln. Lincoln nodded. Sam looks at Luna's cast. Sam, worried, what happened Luna? Luna, weather wizard shooted a dust devil on my car which totaled my car. Me and Tabby were injured because of it, but looked at Lincoln, Lincoln helped me. Sam looked at Lincoln, then back at Luna. Sam, how did you found Lincoln again? Luna, it's a long story. Luna explains Sam how she found Lincoln and how Lincoln been doing. Sam, wow, looks at Lincoln with a smile, it's so great to see you again. Sam gave Lincoln a hug, which he hugged her back. Lincoln, it's so good to see you too. I really need to go because I need to go to my job. Before Luna and Sam could argue back, Lincoln already left in a flash. Sam was beyond shocked. She looks at Luna with a shocked expression. Sam, shocked, Lincoln is the Flash. Luna nodded. Lincoln ran straight to the cortex. He sees that no one was in S.T.A.R. labs. Lincoln decided to grab his suit, put it on, and patrol the city. He was running around the city to catch some criminal or stop evil metahumans. He was still running around the city until punched. Lincoln was punched from the face from someone, sending him flying due to speed. He was thrown to the alley rough. He painfully got up but then was sucker punched. Soon the person punched him in a rapid pace, grabbed Lincoln and threw him to a metal pipe, hitting it from the head. He fell down and was laying his back, groaning. Distorted, nice to see you again, Flash. Lincoln painful turn his head and see a man with a yellow suit. Lincoln painful got up, spitting blood. Lincoln tries to punch him, but the man run to his back in a lightning pace and kicked his leg with a huge force. Lincoln fell down. The man then stabbed Lincoln from the leg, which caused intense pain. Lincoln was screaming in pain. Distorted, this isn't our last battle. The man grabbed Lincoln and brought him to S.T.A.R. labs. He dropped Lincoln and runs off. It wasn't long before Elias and Chelsea came back and sees a bloody Lincoln in the ground breathing heavily. Both immediately ran to Lincoln to check on him. Dash ? Dash. Distorted, this is just too much fun. Chapter 9, Absolute Zero. S.T.A.R. Labs. 8 hours later. Lincoln was sitting in a wheelchair with a cast on his left leg looking at his suit which was being displayed in the cortex. Chelsea sees that Lincoln was thinking of something. Lincoln haven't told anyone who attacked him, which is making her worried, and Elias making theories as to what happened, which is something she doesn't want to hear. Chelsea walks up to him. Chelsea, with a worried motherly voice, Linky. Lincoln looks up behind at her. Lincoln, emotionless, what is it, Chelsea? Chelsea, Worried, are you okay? Lincoln looks back at his suit. Lincoln, yeah, I'm okay. Chelsea, stern yet worried, Lincoln, I know something is wrong with you, especially considering that you were brutalized. I just want to know what happened. Lincoln took a deep breath and looked at Chelsea again. Lincoln, I was giving a tour to Luna when she needed to go to her house. I brought her to her home and dropped her off. I then decided to patrol the city to stopping criminals or metahumans when someone punched me while I was running. It started to beat the living hell off of me. I looked up and see this yellow-suited man, look just like my suit. For some reason, he was glad to see me, again. I tried to get up and punch him but he ran around my back and punched me. He then grabbed a sharp object and impaled me right and left leg. He then brought me to the cortex and dropped me off saying that it was our last battle. It seems like he's a speedster just like me. Chelsea was shocked. Another speedster who's evil. Lincoln, I feel so weak that someone was able to defeat me like that, with no problem. Now people might see this as that I can't help and save everyone. Chelsea felt bad about Lincoln. Lincoln tries to get up but a sharp pain was coming from the leg which made him sit back again. Chelsea, with a motherly voice, don't do that. You still need to wait for a while since you got impaled from the leg. If you did not heal fast, I would have to amputate the leg. Lincoln, how long is a while? Chelsea looks at the timer on her watch which shows that is about to. Beeping. Lincoln looks at Chelsea with his eyebrow raise. Chelsea look at her timer. Chelsea, time's up. Let me take out the cast and you will be able to walk again. Lincoln, confused, annoyed, you really put a timer on when I will be able to walk? Chelsea started to blush. Chelsea, embarrassed, yeah. I'm worried about you. You got brutal attacked and got stabbed and impaled in your leg. So did Elias and the professor. Let me get my tools to remove the cast. Lincoln nodded. Chelsea walks out to the cortex to bring the tools to take out the cast. Lincoln suddenly had a flashback. Flashback. June 12, 2016. Lincoln was leaving the bathroom after finishing doing his business. Everyone left to go to groceries, giving Lincoln a break from helping other people. Lincoln really loved to help his family and friends but it usually gets tiring. Lincoln was walking down to the hallway when Lynn sneak up and spear him to the ground. Turns out that Lynn was practicing for her upcoming softball game. Lynn got up and started to cheer. You'll also like. Lincoln, why did you do that, Lynn? Lynn looked down to see Lincoln laying down with his head up to see her. She helped Lincoln to get up. Lynn, sorry Lincoln. Just came here to tell if you are going to my softball game. Lincoln was about to say yes, but now that he have to do more events in the upcoming weeks that will be too tiring, he decided that maybe he needs a day off. He looks at Lynn. Lincoln, sorry Lynn, but I want to take a break for a day. Maybe next time I will. However, this made Lynn angry. Lynn, trying not to get too angry, come on, Stinkin'. Please. Lincoln felt bad but he had made his decision, so he shake his head, no. Lynn got extremely mad by this. Lynn started to get even more angry. Lincoln, I want to hear it, yes. So you better say it now. Lincoln gulped but he didn't really think that Lynn would go ballistic at him so he once again shake his head, no. Lynn gritted her teeth, started to fist up. Lynn, angry, if you aren't going to say yes, then I will force you to say it. Lincoln couldn't think anything as Lynn punched at her younger brother right in the face, causing him to fall down. Lynn hopped on top of Lincoln's stomach and brutally punching his face. She got up and gave an elbow drop to his chest which made Lincoln to scream in pain. Lynn started to punch his stomach when Lincoln was able to grab her arms, forcing her to stop punching him. Lynn looked up to see Lincoln in pain and in tears. However, when she's angry, she fails to realize people's emotions. Lincoln looks at her older sister. Lincoln, pain, scared, in tears, Lynn, stop. Have mercy. Lynn didn't listen to him and continued to brutally beating Lincoln up. Lincoln was in tears while Lynn started to kick him in the stomach. Lincoln was able to push Lynn off of her, temporarily stunning her. Lincoln painful got up and started to limp his way to his room, however Lynn was able to recover it, getting up and chased him. Lincoln had his hand to the doorknob and almost opened it until Lynn furiously pushed Lincoln to the door and threw him to the ground. Lynn jumped at him and gave Lincoln a cold stare. Lynn, Angry, now, are you going to my baseball game, yes or no? Lincoln was spitting blood. He looked at his older sister with tears in his eyes. Lincoln didn't say anything. This only made Lynn mad. Lynn, if you're not going to say yes. Lynn looked at her right side to see her baseball bat. She grabs it and looked at Lincoln again. Lynn, angry, showing her bat at him, then you will never say anything ever again. Lincoln, now knowing that if he doesn't say yes, he will be a dead man. Lincoln slowly and shakily nodded. Lynn was cooling down as she saw her younger brother. She was shocked. She legitimately brutalized Lincoln. She trying to give him a hand, but Lincoln was too scared that he just closed his eyes. She didn't want to hurt Lincoln anymore. This made Lynn feel guilty. She decided not to help Lincoln as he was terrified of him. Lynn, a hint of guilty, thanks Linky. With that, Lynn went back to her room. Lincoln painfully got up and started to painfully went to his room. Once he was inside of his room, he looked at himself in the mirror. Bruises were everywhere in his face, plus his mouth was bleeding. He took off his shirt to see so many bruises. Lincoln started to silently cry. He lay in his bed so he can sleep the pain away. He looks at his room ceiling. Now he has to go to Lynn's baseball game. He soon started to sleep. Flashback over. Lincoln was staring blankly at his suit. Chelsea, who already got her tools to remove the cast, sees that Lincoln was staring at his suit with no emotion. Soon she sees that Lincoln was shedding a tear. Chelsea didn't want to see Lincoln all sad and crying. So she snapped her fingers at his face, which immediately woke up the white-haired teen. Lincoln looks down to see Chelsea taking off the cast. Finally the cast was gone. He got up and started his back. He looks at Chelsea with a smile. Lincoln, smiling, thanks Chell. Chelsea smile back. Chelsea, smiling, you're welcome. Lincoln started to stretch. Chelsea, so, what were you thinking? I saw you tearing up. Lincoln, I rather not say it. Chelsea gave Lincoln a concerned look. Chelsea, concerned, Linky, it's okay to tell me what's upsetting you. Lincoln gave her a weak smile. Lincoln, sad, it's okay really. I rather not say it. Soon Elias entered the room. Elias, concerned, hey Lincoln. How are you feeling? Lincoln turned around to see Elias. Lincoln, doing great. Thanks for asking. Before Elias say something, there was an alert. All three of them run all the way to the monitor, with Lincoln already gotten there in 1 second. Lincoln looks at the monitor to see that the alert was a robbery in the Central City Museum. Lincoln grabbed his suit and ran straight to the museum. Chelsea and Elias enter the room to see that the suit was gone. They check the monitor to see what was the alert about. They were about to contact Lincoln when a hit of anger. Elias, you might want to come with me. They both look at the person who said it, which was the professor. Chelsea looked confused, but Elias looked a bit scared. Elias follows him to a room that said, off limits. Meanwhile with Lincoln, Lincoln was running towards to the museum. When he got there, the alert was already on, people were evacuating, and police were there to stop the situation. He started to search everywhere, going room after room. He stopped and started to think of which kind of value stuff people would want to steal. Soon he realized that it must be the big diamond that is worth over $50 million. Hey there, Flash. Lincoln turns around to see a man wearing a blue winter coat, black pants, some dark shaded goggles. He had a weird looking gun. This will be fun. Suddenly, the man shoots at the white-haired kid. Now Lincoln was able to dodge bullets, but this wasn't a regular gun. Lincoln saw a weird bluish-white flame at him. It was going fast. Lincoln tried to move on the way, but it hit him. Lincoln fell to the ground in agony. He looks at the place it hurt, which was in his lower right torso. What shocked Lincoln the most is that the place where it hurts was covered in ice. Despite the cold situation, it was burning like hell. The man looks down at him with a smirk. If you don't mind me, it's time for me to go. The man leaves the room, while Lincoln was in the floor. He painfully got up, took a moment to breathe as the pain is getting unbearable. He run towards to the man. Meanwhile in S.T.A.R. labs, the professor, Chelsea and Elias were extremely silent. It was a very uncomfortable silence as the professor is extremely mad. Right now, he and Elias are in front of a secured case which was empty. Chelsea is confused as she didn't know what's going on. Professor Roberts, calmly yet angry, Elias, where is the gun? Elias was scared. He built a special tech gun that is extremely dangerous, but the professor told him not to build it. Once the tech was made, he told him not to sell it as it could be in a wrong hand, which he made sure that wouldn't happen. Unfortunately, he kinda neglect the gun, which means that people Elias, scared, stuttering, I don't know. Professor Roberts, slowly getting extremely angry, Elias, I will say it again, and this time I want a better answer rather than, I don't know. Elias, freaking out, I don't know. Maybe the janitor stole the gun, I really don't. Slam. Elias and Chelsea jumped. The professor was extremely angry. He looked at Elias. Professor Roberts, angry, damn it Elias. I kept telling you not to build it, you build it. I knew that someone might steal it. The gun you build can do massive damage, and now that it's been stolen, some might use it against Lincoln. Chelsea sees that Elias was scared, so she intervened. Chelsea, concerned, calm down professor. Whatever technology that Elias built, he was a teen when he built it, he would never expected that someone would really steal it. Just calm down. Professor Roberts looks at Chelsea, he was getting extremely angry and know that he needs to calm down. Professor Roberts, trying to calm down, you're right Dr. Walker, I just need to calm down. The professor hears his phone ringing. It was something special. Professor Roberts, I need to go. The professor looks at Elias again. Professor Roberts, coldly, you better find that stupid gun or else. With that, the professor leaves the lab. Chelsea looks at Elias, who is no tearing up. She felt sorry for Elias, the professor blow up at his face. But she one question. Chelsea, what was the gun supposed to do? Meanwhile with Lincoln. Lincoln ran towards to the man, he was in agony pain as the burning sensation is unbearable. He goes to the main entrance of the museum. It was a big hall. People were hiding next to the display. Lincoln sees the man. He turns around to see Lincoln, which made him smirk. Well kid, I'm impressed that you aren't giving up. I'll give you credit considering you're now suffering from frostbite. Let's see how fast you can save everyone from their cold demise. With that, the man started to shot at everyone. Each by each, Lincoln was able to save them from their frozen death. Lincoln looks at the man with annoyed and anger, which only made the man doing a smug face. You're really fast, I will tell you that. Let's see if you're fast enough for this. The man switched the gun to make the gun shoot faster. He shoots at a security guard who was in a 65 feet away from him. Lincoln runs towards to the guard while the man leaves the museum, smiling. In slow mode, Lincoln was running extremely fast, too fast. But the beam was faster than him. Lincoln didn't like the idea that he wasn't fast enough to save someone. So he tried to super hard to get faster to the point where he reached 632 mph, which is too fast for Lincoln right now. Unfortunately, the beam hit the security guard in the face, causing the man to be in a frozen body. Lincoln was too late. Lincoln was on his knees to check if he had a pulse, so maybe there might be a chance to save him, but the guard had no pulse. Lincoln was shocked. He fell down to his butt and started to tear up. He let someone died, and this wasn't a villain, just a regular guard. Lincoln sees that the police were entering the building, so he made the run for it. S.T.A.R. Labs. 9 p.m. Lincoln was laying in the hospital bed. Chelsea was looking at the monitor. He's checking to see if something vital was hit. Fortunately, nothing too lethal happened to his body. The ice was melting, much to Lincoln's relief. Lincoln was shirtless as Chelsea was looking at his frostbite, which is black. Chelsea, concerned, so, you suffered third-degree frostbite. Luckily, since you heal faster, it should heal in at least 20 minutes. Lincoln nodded. He told Chelsea what happened, how the man had a gun which shoot at him, causing the severe pain and the death of a guard. Lincoln walks to his room and changed to his regular clothes. He was walking to the hallway when he saw a room where he usually go to test his speed. Minus 27 minutes later. Lincoln was running in his special-built treadmill that was made by Elias and Professor Roberts so he can improve his speed. It's located in the experimental room. There's a big treadmill with crashing pad behind it so he don't get injured if he trips. There's a window which shows a small room. They monitor his health and speed. He was trying to run faster than right now. He didn't like the fact that he wasn't fast enough to save the guard. He believed that if he was faster, he would have saved the guard. Soon he sees Chelsea and Elias entering the small room. Elias, On a mic, sat, "Hey Link, we need to tell you something. Come to the cortex." Lincoln stops the treadmill. He gets out of the room. He was walking to the cortex. He noticed the sadness in his voice. He felt like something bad happened. This day couldn't be any worse. Lincoln entered to the cortex and sees Chelsea sitting next to the monitoring. Elias looking down in the floor with a, bad news, face. Lincoln was kinda nervous. "Lincoln, what's going on?" Elias looks at Lincoln. Elias, nervous, "So you fought with Captain Cold, right?" Lincoln, "Yeah, nice villain name you came up." Elias, nervous, thanks. "So he had a gun, right?" Lincoln, "Yeah." Elias, nervous, "Well, I build the gun." Lincoln eyes widen as he couldn't believe what he was hearing it. Elias, "Build the gun that caused damages." Elias, trying to calm, "Look, this is all my fault. I shouldn't have never built it. The professor told me not to, most of our former colleagues told me not to. I didn't listen it. I continue to build the gun. Took a while but I fished building it, but the professor told me to never sell it, as it could be given to someone bad. I listened to him this time and put it in a secured case. Turns out that it was so secured as someone stole it a week ago." Lincoln was getting angry. Lincoln, a hint of anger, "Why?" Elias, "Speed and cold are opposites. Temperatures is measured by how quickly the atoms of something are oscillating. The faster they are, the hotter it is, and when things are cold, they're slower on the atomic level. When there's no movement at all, it's called absolute zero. I built it to get money from it, but I realized that it was too dangerous. So I had to make sure that it was a secret and no one knew about it." Lincoln, angry, "Why didn't you tell me? If you told me I wouldn't have a horrible frostbite and someone wouldn't have died." Elias, "I didn't think it was going to get stolen." Lincoln didn't like this excuse. He was about run towards to his suit when concerned Linky. Lincoln knew the voice. He turns around to see Luna. She seems to be worried about Lincoln's injury. Luna runs towards to her younger brother and hugged him. Luna, concerned, "Chelsea told me what happened. Are you okay? Does it still hurt? I had to convince my boss to let me leave early to see if you are okay." Luna let go of Lincoln. He looks at his rock and rolling sister. Lincoln, "Yeah, remember, I healed pretty fast." Luna was relieved that her littler brother is okay. But then she felt a weird feeling. It's like if something bad happened right before she entered. Luna, "So what happened?" Lincoln looked at Elias. Lincoln, "This idiot didn't told me about a freeze ray gun and now a man is dead because of that." Luna was shocked. Lincoln rarely acted so sensitivity to people. But in the same time, she haven't seen Lincoln in years, but also, Lincoln is still nicer and caring. Soon an alert was sounded. All of them ran towards to the monitor. Seems like Captain Cold was spotted near Central City's train station. Lincoln runs to his suit, grabbed it, puts it on and leaves. Meanwhile, Captain Cold had a book bag which contains the stolen diamond. He was waiting for his train to stop so he can leave Central City. He had his gun in his hand so he can make sure he was to mess around. Soon Lincoln was in front of Captain Cold. "Flash, it's time to stop and hand me over the stolen diamond, Captain Cold." Captain Cold smirked. "Captain Cold, nice villain name you gave to me." He pointed the freeze ray at the white-haired teen. "Flash, evacuate. Everyone evacuate." Captain Cold started to shot out the beam at him, missing him entirely while making sure everyone was saved. Captain Cold soon shoot the beam at the floor, causing Lincoln to slip. He looked up to see Captain Cold with his freeze ray pointed at his face while smirking. Lincoln quickly got up and punched him, which took all of the air out of him. Lincoln grabbed Captain Cold and started to run, but he didn't realize till now that the Cold murder is 6 feet 4 and is over 238 pounds, which is heavy. So he fell down. Captain Cold got up and turned the freeze ray beam low. Lincoln tried to get up fast, but Captain Cold shoot it at Lincoln's legs, which although wasn't as bad as the first one, it was pretty painful and he couldn't move. The freeze ray was pointed at him. He knew that he was going to die right then and there. "Captain Cold, any last words, kid?" "Freeze." Captain Cold sighed, turned to his back to see Elias, who had a gun-like shape pointing at him. Chelsea and Luna is holding a huge container that is connected to the gun-like shape. Captain Cold was chuckling as the three of them aren't very threatening. Captain Cold. Or what? Elias. This is a prototype version of the freeze ray which is 10x powerful than the one you have. If I shoot at you, you will turn into a ice sculpture. Captain Cold chuckled even more. Captain Cold. Oh please, you never killed anyone, I know full well you will never shoot it at me. Elias. Angry. Flash is my friend and I will make sure that my friends are okay. So don't think I won't shoot it. Captain Cold looked at Lincoln. Then remembered that his job is to steal the diamond. So killing Flash and might get freeze to death is not his agenda. He looks back at Lincoln. Captain Cold. You win this time, kid. Captain Cold soon walked into the train which stopped in the exact same time. Elias. Hey, give us the diamond. Captain Cold, who was in the train, was getting annoyed. Captain Cold. Don't press your luck. All four of them were relief. Luna and Chelsea dropped the big container, while Elias gave Lincoln a hand. The Flash got up and soon the pain has healed. Lincoln. Lincoln. Thanks Elias. Elias. You're welcome, it's what friends do. Luna. I can't believe the ice dude believe it. Chelsea. Yeah, it's just an old vacuum cleaner with LED lights in it. Lincoln chuckled. Later in S.T.A.R. labs. All four of them were walking in the hall. Although it was awkward. Elias. Sorry that I didn't told you about the freeze ray. Lincoln looks at Elias. It's okay Elias, I understand why you didn't. Both of them smile at each other. Luna. So, what are you going to do? I mean Captain Cold had the diamond. Lincoln looked at Luna. Lincoln. Don't worry, we can get it back to the museum. It might be difficult, but I know that we see a scream. All of them jumped. The scream was extremely loud. It was high-pitched. All of them ran towards to the cortex, which is where the scream came from. Lincoln got there way before anyone got there. He saw Tabby with her mouth covered by her hands. What he saw shocked him. The professor was on the ground, he was covered in blood, breathing heavily. Tabby. I came here to check if you were okay, but when I came here, I saw the professor in the ground. Lincoln immediately ran towards to the injured professor. Luna, Chelsea, and Elias got to the cortex and gasped when they saw the professor. Luna went straight to the trash can and vomited. Lincoln kneeled down and lifted the professor head. Professor Roberts. Scared, pain, stuttering, he. C came TT to M me, AA attacked M me. T told M me TT that YUN need T2. G get RR ready, F for YY your F final battle. In a distorted voice let the race begin. Chapter 10, starting line. S.T.A.R. Labs, 1:35 a.m. August 2, 2020. The professor is sitting in the wheelchair, looking at the monitor. He hasn't talked since Chelsea told him that he will never walk again due to a lower spinal cord injury. Everyone left except for Lincoln and Tabby. The white-haired teen is on the treadmill, he's running to get better. Before the professor went silent, he said that a yellow-suited speedster came to him and attacked him, sending a message that Lincoln needs to get ready for their race. Although he has doubt that it is a real race, he's still preparing for it. Tabby is checking Lincoln's speed. After an hour, Lincoln finally stopped as he was getting tired and a bit hungry. He grabbed a towel to stop sweating and grabbed a granola bar that Elias made to help Lincoln's energy to be stable. Lincoln went to the small room. Lincoln, catching his breath, so. How did I do? Tabby looked at the monitor that recorded his latest test run. Tabby, well mate, you ran 547 miles per hour. You're getting more faster, considering that you first ran 500 miles per hour. Lincoln was disappointed that he wasn't going fast enough. Lincoln, sad, oh. Nice. Tabby hear her boyfriend's disappointed and sad voice. Tabby, concerned, are you okay, love? Lincoln took a breath and sat at a chair. Lincoln, I don't think I can do it. Tabby, concerned, can't do what? Lincoln started to tear up. Lincoln, sad, I don't think I can save everyone. I try and I did, but then Captain Cold shoot the freeze ray at a guard. I tried to run as fast as I can, but I was too slow. I'm making sure I run fast so that I won't be slow enough to save everyone. Not only that, but before then, Weather Wizard was able to flip Luna's car, which you and her were in it. Both of you were hurt, and now the professor has been attacked by some crazy speedster. Tabby felt sorry for Lincoln, so she gave him a hug which he accepted. He started to tear up more at her shoulder. Lincoln. Sad, I don't want you, Luna, my friends, and my family to be targeted by him. I loved all of you and I want to make sure you and them will be safe. I need to make sure he doesn't do it again, but I don't think I can do it, not anymore. Tabby felt bad about her boyfriend's situation as Lincoln was sadly doubting himself, which hurts her to witness it. Tabby. Lincoln. I know you can do it. Here's the thing. There will be times that you will not be able to save someone and sadly, you have to deal with it. But it doesn't mean you can't save people anymore or that you can't be a hero. Even superheroes messed up sometimes. Lincoln sniffed, and stopped hugging Tabby. Lincoln. Thanks Tab. Tabby smiles. Tabby. You're welcome love. Lincoln looks at his watch, which is 1:35 a.m. Lincoln. Oof, Tabby, I think I need to bring you back to your house. Tabby looks at her phone. Tabby. Yeah, thankfully my dad is sleeping right now. When he comes back tired, he would go to sleep. Lincoln. Okay, you're ready. Tabby nodded. Lincoln holds Tabby in a bright holding. Tabby snuggle in his chest. Lincoln, now knowing that Tabby is ready. Lincoln start running all the way to her house. When they got there, Lincoln brought her to her bathroom. Tabby kneeled down and immediately puked in the toilet. Lincoln pats in her back. When Tabby finished, she looked up to Lincoln and smiled. Tabby. Weak thanks Linky. Lincoln smiled and nodded. He kissed Tabby in the cheek. Soon he ran back to the S.T.A.R. labs. When he got there, he was in the cortex. He looks around and see the professor sleeping in the wheelchair. Lincoln went to his room, bring out a blanket, and cover the professor with it. Lincoln. Quietly, good night professor. With that, Lincoln went back to his room and went to sleep. -2 weeks later, 9:24 p.m. Lincoln is not doing so well lately. Apparently, the evil speedster has been causing destruction in the city, making everyone not trust the Flash at all. Every single time that the Flash saves everyone always scream for help. Some even attacks him. Lincoln was running around the city, trying to find the other speedster. He checked out every single place. Not a single trace of the Yellow Men. He's starting to get desperate. He didn't want everyone he knew and loved to get hurt or even killed just because some lunatic wants to kill him. Meanwhile, the professor and Chelsea is looking at the computer monitor. The screen shows maps where shows Lincoln's whereabouts while Elias is playing a handheld console. When there's an alert, Elias jumped in fear, then checks the alert, which is a small robbery. Elias turns on the mic. Meanwhile with Lincoln, he is sitting up top of a building, eating a cheeseburger and a soda. Elias. Over the speaker, Lincoln, there's a small robbery in a mini-market in any name you can think of street. Lincoln jumped and screamed. He accidentally dropped his cheeseburger and soda into the street. Unfortunately it hit a bald businessman, which caused a mess. The businessmen look up to see Flash. He was pissed off. Lincoln looked down with a, hee, my bad, face. Lincoln. Embarrassed, my bad. Lincoln soon runs towards to where the small robbery was. While running, Lincoln turned on his earbuds. Lincoln sad-faced, not amused. Elias, tone down the volume. It was so loud. Lincoln ran towards to the mini-market. He gets there and immediately grabbed the robber and brought him to the police care. While the entire world was slowing down, Lincoln grabbed a handcuffs and placed it to the criminal, then he left running to the roof of an apartment. In the police cars, two cops look at the criminal in confusion, looking at each other with disbelief. The criminal was baffled as well. Meanwhile in S.T.A.R. labs, Elias heard what Lincoln said. He made sure the mic volume will be lower. He looks at the professor and the Chelsea, whom both of them had a, really, face and mood. Elias nervously smiled. Elias. Embarrassed, hey, silly me. It won't happen again. The professor. Stern, it better not. Let's make sure no mistake from you won't happen again. Elias was pretty much getting tired of the professor being petty. The two geniuses start to argue. Chelsea rolled her eyes as she has to hear a huge argument between the two. Meanwhile with Lincoln, Flash. The thief was already knocked down and was in the ground, being tied up by a zip tie. He gave the cashier the money. The cashier was hesitant to get the money, but then, she saw a man behind Flash. Lincoln sees this and was confused. Flash. Confused, are you okay? The cashier shakily pointed at what was behind the teen. Lincoln slowly turned around to see the Yellow Man. Lincoln was started to get angry. while the yellow speedster looked at him with a smug face. Flash. Angry, you. The man was chuckling as he started to run off. Lincoln, who was getting tired of being framed and getting his friends being targeted, ran towards him. They both ran around the city, into buildings and went to the roofs. They were running in the streets when the evil speedster turned around towards him and punched Lincoln in the face. The white-haired teen flew. The yellow man ran towards him and catch him. He then threw him to the windows of a restaurant. Everyone who was in the restaurant got up and backed away after the crash happened. Lincoln rolled, got up and was getting ready. The speedster started to clash in the restaurant. Lincoln started to use his martial arts fighting skills. He karate chopped the yellow man in the forehead many times. The speedsters then punched in his face, then kicked him in the stomach. Lincoln fell down, groaning as it took a lot of his air. He then got up and uppercut him, causing the evil man to flew up and then down, crashing at many bottles of wines. This didn't end there. Lincoln ran towards him and started to brutally punch the man in the face repeatedly. The man was starting to bleed. All of a sudden, the white-haired teen got punched in the middle of his face. He got up and started to touch his nose. He sees his hand to show blood. He broke his nose. The man got up and started to run away. The teen looked around to see everyone in shock, couldn't believe that this was happening. Lincoln ran towards to a glass of cup and a spoon. He hit it to get everyone attention. Lincoln. Pain, you guys might want to go to your home right now as this might not end well. Lincoln ran around the city to check for the villainous speedster. He taps his earbuds. Meanwhile, Chelsea was scrolling down her phone. She was trying to ignore the argument that Elias and Professor Roberts were having. It was getting extremely that at one point, Chelsea had to separate them before both were going fight. Now it's not as heated as it was, but they were still arguing. Elias. Angry, I made one mistake, alright. Get over it. Professor Roberts. Angry, if that mistake didn't happen, Lincoln's weakness wouldn't be exposed. Now many evil metahumans will try to use his weakness against him. Chelsea looked at the map, which shows 2 dots in the maps. One of them was yellow and it was coming towards to S.T.A.R. labs. Finally the argument had ended when Lincoln. In the speaker, guys, do you see anything in the map that is going extremely fast, because the yellow man has returned and is on the run. All 3 of them looked at the map which shows the yellow dot inside of S.T.A.R. labs. Elias turned the mic on. Elias. He's in S.T.A.R. labs, come here quick. Meanwhile with Lincoln. Lincoln freaked out when he heard that. He immediately ran towards to the facility. He sees a yellow man standing in front of him. Lincoln then spear the man. The spear had a lot of speed force in it. The teen got up and looked down. The man was knocked out. He grabbed him and brought him to the S.T.A.R. labs metahuman prison, put him in the unbreakable cell and closed it. He took a breather. He walked towards to the cortex. He sees Chelsea, Elias and Professor Roberts looking at him. Chelsea immediately ran towards him and hugged him. Chelsea. Worried, are you okay? Lincoln wasn't able to answer as Chelsea dragged him to the hospital bed. He was laying down, with Chelsea bandaging the nose and healing it, so it won't swell. Elias, wheeling the professor, walked towards him. Professor Roberts. Seems like you've finally captured the yellow speedster. First things first, we need to know his identity. Lincoln's nose was finally bandaged up, and sat up. Lincoln. Alright, let's go. The group walked towards to the particle accelerator which was now a metahuman prison. Elias looked at a small screen in the wall and chose the cell that the yellow man was in. The cell opened, the man was laying down. Lincoln walked towards to the unconscious speedster. He kneeled down and set up the yellow man to sitting position, which was sitting against the cell wall. He took of his mask to reveal the face. The yellow man was white. He hated blue eyes which was shocking to him as with his mask, his eyes was black and red pupils. His hair was a blonde bowl haircut. He looks to be in his late 30s. Lincoln got up. Elias pulled out his tablet and took a photo of the villainous speedster. Chelsea. Confused, what are you doing, Eli? Elias was looking something in the tablet. Elias. I'm trying to find to see if any database can match him. But it seems like there's not data on him, no identity in him. Which is weird because this would have no anyone. All 3 of them looked at Elias. The young man showed everyone at the tablet to prove it. Lincoln. Looks like we need know his identity by talking him. An hour later. Lincoln was in the cortex, sitting with his legs in the table. Fresh from the shower, he was looking at a movie in a computer. He was bored. Soon his phone ringed. He checks to see that it was Tabby. He accepted the call and put his phone on his ears. Lincoln: "Hey sweetie." Tabby: in the phone: "Hello love. I was wondering if I can go on a date in CC Jitters." Lincoln smiled. Lincoln: "I would love to." Tabby: "Well, then. I will get ready. See ya." Lincoln: "See you later." Lincoln ended the call. He gets up. He runs towards to his room. He checked himself in a mirror. He forgot that he had a broken nose, bandaged up. He sighed. He can't just cancel the date. He went to his drawer. He brought out his orange long-sleeve shirt and black pants. He wore it. He then put on his black sneakers, and put on his black hat. Lincoln ran towards to Tabby's house. He was in front of the door. Tabby opened the door to see Lincoln looking good, but then she saw the broken nose. Tabby: "Worried bloody hell, are you okay love?" Lincoln: "Yep, just got a broken nose, it will heal up in an hour trust me, and wow, your outfit looks great." Tabby wore the same outfit from the musical club day. Tabby tiptoes to kiss Lincoln in the lips. Lincoln: "Let's go." Lincoln and Tabby hold hands, walking towards to the cafe. They enter, went to the cashier and order what they wanted. Lincoln paid everything despite Tabby wanted to pay for herself. They both sat in a table. The cafe was empty with the cashier only there, which isn't surprising considering it was the night. Tabby looked at Lincoln. Tabby: "So, how's it going?" 30 minutes of Lincoln talking about his week and how it wasn't good, then started to talk to how he fought with the yellow man and was able to capture him. Lincoln was telling her about the situation while Tabby was listening and drinking coffee. Tabby: amazed: "So what are you going to do now?" Lincoln: "Well, at first we were trying to identify him, but Elias was unable to verify his identity. So, when he wakes up, I will question him and see if I get something from him." Tabby: "Oh okay, but what will you do after that, love?" Lincoln: "Just like any other evil metahumans who are in the jail, he will be there for a long time until we will able to take out the energy from them." Before they were able to finish drinking, Lincoln got a phone call. Lincoln picked up the phone. Lincoln: "Hello, Chelsea." Linky: "Where are you? Come here, he's awake." Lincoln: "Wait really? Okay, I'm coming." Chelsea ended the phone call. Tabby looked at Lincoln with confusion. She noticed the expression from Lincoln. Tabby: confused. Lincoln: "What wrong?" The white-haired teen looked at her. Lincoln: "He woke up. I need to go." They both got up. They left the cafe. Lincoln: "Do you want me to drop you off in your house?" Tabby: "No, I want to be with you. I can see the tense in your face. I want to be there for support love." Lincoln didn't really want his girlfriend to be there, but he had no choice. Lincoln: reluctant: "Okay, let's go to an alley to make sure no one sees us." Tabby nodded. Both of them walked to an alley. Lincoln checks to see that no one was there. Lincoln grabbed Tabby in a bright hold. He makes sure that Tabby was ready. Tabby then snuggled in his chest, showing that she's ready. Lincoln ran to S.T.A.R. labs. When they got there, they were in the cortex. Lincoln carefully let go. Tabby was gagging but then stopped. She was getting used to the fast motion. Lincoln looked around to see Chelsea walking towards him. Chelsea: "Hi Tabby." Tabby: "Hey, how are you mate?" Chelsea: "Doing great." Lincoln: "Where's Elias and Professor Roberts?" Chelsea: "They are both in the entrance, they are waiting for you." Lincoln nodded, and ran to the entrance of the particle accelerator. Elias was looking at his phone while the professor was in his wheelchair, looking around the place. Lincoln walked into. Lincoln: "Okay, I'm ready, Elias. Open the cell." Elias nodded and select the cell. Lincoln was taking a breath. Tabby and Chelsea walk into the room. They see Lincoln in front of the entrance door. Soon it was opening. Lincoln sees the man, smirking at him. The teen wants to just punch him. "Hello Lincoln." Lincoln was shocked. Lincoln: "You know my name?" "Yes, I know who and what you are. You're Lincoln Marie Loud, age 15, 5 feet 11 tall, born in Royal Woods, Michigan, March 17, 2005, the only son of the Loud family, runaway in S.T.A.R. labs, worked on the particle accelerator which made you to Central City's speedster hero. I know who you are. You're the Flash. Everyone except for the man was shocked that he knew a lot about him. Lincoln, shocked, weirded out, okay, I want to know who you are, how do you know who I am, and what do you want from me? If you insist. My name is Eobard Thawne, I'm a scientist in 2642, I'm 38 years old, I was trying to see what made you become the Flash, I was fascinated of you. I studied about the Speed Force, soon I was a big fan of you, unfortunately, I wasn't getting anywhere until I saw a crash site, it seems like a rocket from the 21st century. I went inside to see what's inside of the rocket. I saw your suit and was able to get the Speed Force from your suit onto me. I became a Speed Force metahuman. What did I want from you? Well, hear a story. Once I became a speedster, I went back to time from the Speed Force and into a cosmic treadmill. I went back to time to 2026. The Flash was 21 years old. I wanted to be you, angry, I wanted to be just like you. I wanted to see if you can help me to be a Flash for my time. However, you found out that I was endangering lives to be a hero to you. You said no. I went back to 2642. I was sad, then I went to the Flash Museum. I saw a new piece of an old artifacts. It was about me, being your worst enemy. I discovered that you were destined to kill me before you ever met me. Soon, me and the Flash soon fought each other. Every single time, I always lose and end up getting killed, thankfully. The Speed Force that I created prevents me from permanently being dead. I'm your worst enemy, I'm Reverse Flash. Everyone was shocked. Lincoln, angry, you hate me, because you could be me. Reverse Flash, angry, I became better than you. Lincoln jumped. Didn't expected that loud outbursts. Lincoln, then why don't you stop me from being the Flash? Eobard chuckled. Reverse Flash, if you're not the Flash, then I would be erased from the existence. You being the Flash is what makes me alive. So what do? I make sure your life was a living hell. Many times after I died, I do something so that you experience tragedy and suffering so you can become the Flash. Sometimes I destroyed your comic books, maybe bully you when you were a kid, heck once before I killed your mom. I make sure your life was a nightmare, in many timelines I created. Everyone gasped. Tabby, angry, what a wanker. Lincoln, what, you disgust me. The crazy ex-scientist was smirking. Lincoln, realization, wait. No, you didn't. Reverse Flash, oh yeah. Remember when your sporty sister, Lynn, lost due to an unexpected speed increase of the ball, too fast for her to hit it, losing the game for the team. Then she came to you and yelling at you and accused you of being bad luck. Lincoln started to tear up. Reverse Flash, it was me, Lincoln. I was the one who made sure that your sister lose to make your get kicked. Eobard was laughing at him. Lincoln was silent. Everyone was staring at him. They were concerned of Lincoln's mindset. Tabby walked towards to Lincoln. Tabby, concerned, Linky. Lincoln then started to have his body full with the Speed Force. He was angry, furious. Lincoln, angry, I am going to fucking kill you. Everyone jumped as they weren't expecting it. The anger from Lincoln was out of character. Reverse Flash wasn't scared at all, if anything he was enjoying. Reverse Flash, well then, let's begin. Everyone looked at the cell to see that Eobard was fading away. Everyone was shocked, until Lincoln was snatched from everyone and was dragged fast from Reverse Flash. Lincoln punched him in the jaw, which caused him to be let go. They were in the cortex. Thet started to brawl. Lincoln ran towards him and punched him in the face, which was blocked the evil speedster. He grabbed the fist and head-butting Lincoln, causing him to fall down. Lincoln got up quickly and did a roundhouse kick in the heat, which made Reverse Flash to fly up and fell on the computers. Reverse Flash then jumped at him and did a hurricanrana on Lincoln. Lincoln was on the ground when the Reverse Flash started to brutally punch him in the face, left and right. Lincoln bleeding badly. The professor was wheeling into the cortex with a tranquilizer gun. He tried to shoot it at the man, but unfortunately, the Reverse Flash grabbed the dart. The shot was unsuccessful. Eobard looked at the dart. He then looked at the professor with a murderous smirk. Reverse Flash, let's go for a run. Reverse Flash grabbed the professor and ran away. Lincoln got up, wiping blood. When he sees the professor wheelchair empty, he knew something went wrong. He grabbed his suit and left S.T.A.R. labs. He checks to see that both of them were in the roof. He ran up, he sees Reverse Flash, grabbing Professor Roberts from the coat on the ledge. His hand was phasing. Lincoln, tearing up, please let him go, just get me. Just don't hurt him. The evil speedster smiled. Reverse Flash, we aren't done, but this will be the beginning of the end. He then shoved it in the Professor heart, shredding it into pieces. Lincoln, sad and mad, no. The Reverse Flash dropped him to his doom. Lincoln ran towards the Professor trying to save him while Reverse Flash ran away. Before Professor Roberts hit the ground, he was caught by Lincoln. The white-haired teen then safely put him the ground. He tried to check his pulse but he couldn't hear it. Lincoln was crying. Tabby, Chelsea, and Elias looked at his tablet to see the event that happened. Chelsea and Elias was tearing up while Tabby was expressing concern and shocked. Lincoln, crying, don't worry Professor, we will save you. Lincoln grabbed him in a bride hold and brought him inside of the S.T.A.R. city. Season 1 Finale, Finish Line Part 1. Beep, 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 beep. -1 week later. Lincoln was sitting on his bed, he put his head on his knees, he was crying. He hasn't been out of the room for a long time. Lincoln didn't even went to the Professor funeral and burial. No one was able to talk to Lincoln, not even Luna and Tabby, well with a few exceptions with Chelsea begging him to eat. Which he does, only to stay alive. Lincoln heard a knock. He was about to cover his ears, but he heard Luna's voice. Luna, concerned, Lincoln. Please, let me talk to you. Lincoln was about to ignore her sister. Luna tried to talk to him 3 days ago and yesterday, but at this point, he just need to talk to someone. He walked towards the door and opened. Lincoln looks at Luna. He could tell that she's extremely worried, which made him feel awful for making his sister worried about him. Luna, concerned, hey. Lincoln, sad, hey. Luna, can I come into your room? Lincoln didn't say anything but made a gesture saying, come in. Luna came into the room and looked around. The room was a mess. They both sat on the bed. No one said anything, it was pretty awkward. Soon Lincoln started to cry, which hurt Luna as she didn't like hearing her brother crying. She hugged him, which Lincoln accepted. Lincoln was crying on Luna's shoulder. Luna, calmly and more motherly tone, shish, let it all out. They both continue to hug. Lincoln, sobbing, this is all my fault. Luna, no it's not you. Lincoln snapped back. Lincoln, sobbing, yes it is. This is all my fault. If I didn't hesitate, the Professor would have stayed alive. He did so much for me, therefore I should have saved him. He got beaten up by Reverse Flash twice and then got killed. Lincoln started to sob hard, which hurt Luna to see. Luna, trying to calm Lincoln down, Linky, it's not your fault. You weren't the one to kill him. You were trying to save him. Lincoln, slowly calming down, but I didn't save him. Luna, yeah, but sometimes, you can't save everyone, no matter how fast you try, but you should know, that's not your fault. Lincoln soon hugged her older sister. Lincoln, sniffing, thanks, I needed to talk to someone. Luna smiles. Luna, you're welcome. Soon, the brunette rockstar got up, looks down her brother with a smile. Luna, you want to leave the room? Lincoln nodded. Luna grabbed her only brother's wrist, and pulled him up. They both left the room and soon, they were in the cortex, which Elias, Chelsea, and Tabby were in the room. They all see Lincoln, which has been a while since they seen him. Tabby immediately ran towards her boyfriend and hugged him. Chelsea and Tabby came up to the white-haired teen. Chelsea, happy, it's good to see you again. Tabby, I was worried about you, love. Lincoln gave a soft smile. Lincoln, I am okay, everyone. But there's something I must stop. That is Reverse Flash. Everyone nodded in agreement. You'll also like. Elias, that's good because since you have been on your room, he was been giving Missouri a rough time. Lately he interrupted a news broadcast by holding the live broadcast room hostage and giving you a warning that he would making sure you will mourn more and at the end, he will try to kill you. The white-haired teen kinda felt guilty for not stopping the situation a lot sooner. Lincoln, okay, now that he has been waiting for me. I need a plan to stop him. Even if it revolves with me killing him. Tabby, yeah but that crazy lunatic has the same abilities as yours, love. Elias, yeah, not only that, now that he explained that can't really permanently die due to speed force, and is basically a living paradox. He is probably extremely skillful. Lincoln leans his back on the cortex tables. Lincoln, okay, so he knows all about me, and right now, he knows about my fighting skills right now. We need to know how he fights and how he uses his speed. Elias sits his chair. Elias, well, seeing the footage of you fighting him, he seems to be more faster at his attacks. In fact, I theorize that his speed might be over 723 miles per hour. While your average speed right now is 572 miles per hour. Your fastest run you ever done is over 650 miles per hour when you ran at Reverse Flash. It's still not fast enough to catch up with Reverse Florida's. Luna, can't you make something that might enhance Linky's speed? Elias, I could, but it will take time and errors, not to mention that we need find out how to enhance his speed without either taking the speed force out of him or hurting him. Lincoln, true. I also want to know how did he made a clone of himself. Elias, time remnants. Everyone looked at Elias with confusion. Tabby, time remnants. Elias, okay, let me use the board. Elias goes to the board, grab his marker and start making a diagram. Elias, okay, it's just theoretical. So he goes to his future, minutes he was, brings him to the present and basically are used for help or just for a distraction. However, since it's from the future, the time remnants will eventually be erased from the timeline, so it's not temporarily. Everyone was still somewhat confused, however they kinda get it. Lincoln, okay, so basically, tried to expect his tricks. Elias nodded. Everyone now looked at the white-hair speedster who is now looking at his suit. He had a determined face. He grabs his suit, puts it on and was about to leave till he looks at everyone. Lincoln, tearing up, stay here and stay safe. If I don't defeat him, I love all of you. Everyone was tearing up, but before they can say anything, he was running RO in the city, checked every building from top to bottom, bottom to top, but he couldn't find Reverse Flash. Took him a very long time, till he saw on TV on a store showing reports of Reverse Flash in Springfield, Missouri, a city 1 hour driving. The reporter was on the scene where the Reverse Flash was. Reporter, a little nervous. We are here live in Phelps Grove Park where this evil version of the Flash who called himself Reverse Flash was reported an hour ago. As of right now, officials are trying to capture him, but so far, it hasn't been successful. Although the Yellow Flash has made it clear he wants to kill the Flash, he is still dangerous and is doing in any legnath to cause chaos. Officials are now recommending citizens of Missouri to shelter in place. The reporter saw the evil speedster, grinning behind the cameraman. Cameraman, what's wrong? The reporter, shaking in pure fear, pointed in her finger behind her coworker. The cameraman turned his around, seeing the evil speedster. He was about to scream when the Reverse Flash put his finger on his lips and starting to shush at both of them. He then grabs the camera from the scared woker, he points it at his face. Reverse Flash, still mourning, huh? Forgot about protecting your city. You have let many people down, you cause everyone to fear me. You made everyone to feel like Flash was not going to save everyone. What's next? More deaths of your loved ones. Reverse Flash started to laugh and slammed the camera to the ground. Lincoln started to run towards to Phelps Grove Park, hearing many cars beeping from the Speed Force dodging cars that were moving towards him. He taps his earbuds, turning it on. Meanwhile in S.T.A.R. labs, everyone were in the cortex, watching the news. Reverse Flash, still mourning, huh? Forgot about protecting your city. You have let many people down, you cause everyone to fear me. You made everyone to feel like Flash was not going to save everyone. What's next? The death of your loved ones. Everyone gasped, nobody said a word. He was going to kill them while making Lincoln mourn the loss of them. Luna was tearing up. She knew that it won't be just her, Tabby, Elias, and Chelsea, but everyone he knew and loved, especially her family, will get killed. Lincoln, over in the mic. Elias, can anyone hear me? Everyone ran to the front desk. Elias pressed a button. Elias, we hear loud and clear. You need to hurry up, I don't know what Thon will do. Lincoln, I'm on my way. Meanwhile with Lincoln. Lincoln was running really fast, when he got to the park. Everyone was running away and what he saw, scared the teen. Multiple dead bodies. He started to tear up. Lincoln, sounding defeating, he killed them. Soon there were whistling, He looked at the direction to see Reverse Flash, crossing his arms, grinning. There were blood in his arm. Reverse Flash, seems like you have finally stopped griefing. Finally, I was getting real bored. Lincoln, having enough with this sick game, lunges at him. Reverse Flash stands still, phasing himself, making Flash to go through him. Lincoln didn't see that coming and hit himself on the wall of a building. Reverse Flash grabbed him by his back and threw him at a van. Lincoln went through the van, and hit himself on a tree. Lincoln got up in pain and soon, both of the speedsters started to fight. Flash started to rapidly punching Reverse Flash. Soon, the yellow man kicked him in his guts. Lincoln grabbed his stomach, holding it in pain. The evil speedster sees this and grabbed Lincoln from his shirt. Reverse Flash, let's go for a run. Reverse Flash started to run while grabbing Lincoln. The fight has just started. Season 1 Finale, Finish Line Part 2. Reverse Flash was running while holding the Flash, soon he stopped and threw him to a wall. The Flash went through the wall, groaning in pain. Wow, you are really bad, I mean there's times where I fought you in many different timelines. Reverse Flash said while the Scarlet Speedster trying to get up. Some of them were good, some of them were bad, but you, hey, you are weak. Reverse Flash taunting at Flash. Lincoln got up and ran straight to him, giving him a spear. Flash started to punch the living hell on the yellow Speedstar. Teeth knocking out. Reverse Flash then uses his legs to push Lincoln off of him. Flash flew and landed badly on the ground. Reverse Flash then grabbed him and punched him in the nose, breaking it. The Flash immediately pushes Reverse Flash off of him and grabs his nose. He then looked at his hand to see blood, clenching his fist and cock it back at the yellow Speedstar. However, Reverse Flash dodged it and uppercut him, sending him flying. Reverse Flash then grabbed his legs and slammed to the ground. Lincoln was breathing heavily, it hurted so badly. What's wrong, Flash? Too much for you to handle. Reverse Flash said, looking at him. Lincoln, 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 Elias said. Flash was still breathing heavily, struggling to catch his breath. Why yeah. Lincoln responded. Meanwhile in S.T.A.R. labs. Elias, Chelsea, Luna, and Tabby are looking at the news. People are recording at the fight, showing that Lincoln was losing the fight. Bloody hell, he's going to kill Linky. Tabby said, with tears in her eyes. Luna was also tearing up. Luna looked at Elias who was talking to Lincoln. Listen, I know you can do it. You just have to expect his moves and exploit his weaknesses. Elias said. Luna walks to Elias. How can we stop the Reverse Flash? Luna asked. Elias looked at her as if she's talking crazy. We can't, if we help him, Thwayne would have killed us then Lincoln. We could have helped him if I had rebuilt the freeze ray but it would have taken a whole year. Elias said. All of them looked back at the news, seeing Lincoln struggle to get back up. I hope you can defeat him. Luna said. Going back to Flash and Reverse Flash. Flash got up and swung his fist at Reverse Flash. Unfortunately, the yellow Speedstar grabbed his forearm. Do you really think you can stop me? Ha ha ha. Reverse Flash said. I will murder your entire family, even if that means I won't no longer exist anymore. Reverse Flash telling Flash in a calmly but threatening tone. Lincoln started to tear up. He was going to murder him and his entire family. This time, this gave him the strength. Flash grabbed Reverse Flash's arm and swung him up to the air. He then hopped on his stomach and repeatedly punched him in the face. Reverse Flash then punched Flash in the stomach, making Flash hold his stomach. Reverse Flash pushes him off of him. He then grabs him from the back collar. Let's go back in time. Reverse Flash said, once again, in a quiet tone. Soon, Reverse Flash ran super fast, using his speed force to enter a vortex that appeared out of nowhere. Reverse Flash enters it, still dragging the young Scarlet Speedsters. Flash couldn't believe what he was seeing, it looked so weird but at the same time looked so beautiful. Reverse Flash then threw him. Meanwhile in S.T.A.R. labs. Where is he? Elias was thinking. Everyone in the lab was freaking out that they lost Lincoln's location. He and Reverse Flash just disappeared. Chelsea walked up to Elias. Where is Linky? She said, very worried about Lincoln. Elias was starting to freak out. I don't know, all I saw in the cam was him being dragged and that's all. Elias said. Tabby walked up. Can't you just use the bloody speaker, mate? Tabby asked. Elias looked at her. I tried to talk to him but he hasn't responded. I think his earbuds have shut down. Luna looked at the monitor. Starting to tear up. Linky. Meanwhile with Flash. Flash landed next to a tree. He got up, looked around to see that he's now in a jungle or some sort. Damn it, where am I? Flash said, getting up. He runs around. However, he accidentally hit a wall. He looked up and was shocked. He took off his mask. It's a Brachiosaurus, a plant-eating dino. But how could this be? It's been extinct for millions of years. Did we time travel? Lincoln thought. He looked around to see more Brachiosaurus. Lincoln looked in awe. He taps on his earbuds. Trying to communicate with the team. Guys, do you see this? Lincoln said in excitement. However, he doesn't hear any response. Guys, hello? Lincoln asked. No response. Seems like there's no communication. Before he could think, Reverse Flash speared him. Both of them landed hard on the ground. Reverse Flash got up and started to run. Lincoln got up and ran to chase him. Welcome to the past, Flash, Reverse Flash yelled, running toward a dinosaur's tail. Lincoln ran towards him. Lincoln got up top of the Brachiosaurus back and saw Reverse Flash, waiting for him. Lincoln put his mask on. Both of them started to clash once again. Flash started to rapidly punch the Reverse Flash's chest. Reverse Flash saw that the chest part was starting to rip a little. He sucker punched Flash, causing more pain to Lincoln's already broken nose. Flash then grabbed his head and slammed it to the back of the plant-eating dino. This actually hurt the Brachiosaurus, which roared in pain. Back to Reverse Flash, he started to spit out 2 teeth and blood. Flash started to punch his face with speed force in it. He tried to punch him again, however Reverse Flash grabbed it in time, got up and uppercut him. Sending him up to the air, Reverse Flash ran back and forth to spear Flash. Flash and Reverse Flash started to punch each other again. However, soon they hear something. They look up to see a meteor entering the atmosphere. Reverse Flash ran as far to get away from the crash as well as get enough speed to travel to time. Flash ran with him. They hear a loud crash. Now knowing that they will die if they aren't going fast enough. Flash saw in disbelief seeing a vortex being created in front of them. They entered. He couldn't believe even more. Of course he saw the inside of the vortex before being dragged, but seeing the past was so cool to him. Reverse Flash enters one of the walls of the past. Flash enter. Flash got out of the vortex, looked around. He saw pirates, doing what they were doing, however they saw him. They all grabbed their weapons and tried to get him, however Flash was too fast from getting attacked. He climbed up in the pole, looking around the sea, trying to find the Reverse Flash. He saw another pirate ship. Flash looked closely at it. He saw that there's only one person standing while everyone else in the ship was lying down. Flash hears yelling from below. He looks down to see them pulling out a plank. The other men go to the wheels to get ready for this pirate fight. The 2 pirate ships became connected. However, the men ran super fast and started to attack the pirates. He got down. Reverse Flash started to impale people. Flash ran to attack Reverse Flash. He tried to punch him, but the yellow Speedstar grabbed his arm. Flash tries to remove his hand off his arm, but Reverse Flash headbutts him to his skull. Too slow, huh? Reverse Flash said. Soon, Reverse Flash grabs the back of the Scarlet Speedster's head, slamming it into another pirate's head. Although it hurts the Flash, to other non-metal humans, it would destroy their bodies if not being held back. Reverse Flash killed all of the remaining pirates using the Flash. This caused the Flash to tear up. Blood on his suit, most of them now aren't even his. Flash, in a fit of rage, tries to punch him as hard as he can but was suckered punched, falling to the floor. Reverse Flash then grabs him and starts running to the vortex. Inside the vortex, Reverse Flash throws Flash to inside the vortex wall. Flash fell down. He was groaning in pain. Getting up to look around. He sees an entire family. It seems like they are from royalty. They are all looking at them, making Flash embarrassed. He looked at a boy, who looked exactly like him. I will leave right now. Sorry about that, Your Royal Highness, Flash said. He runs out of the palace. Looked around the outside. He sees bodyguards coming towards him. Flash got his hands up. Before he could say anything, he saw Reverse Flash behind the men's. Look behind. Flash yelled at them. The bodyguards looked behind in confusion. The Reverse Flash started to attack them. Flash ran at him and started to punch him. Flash soon speared Reverse Flash, while he was punching his back. They entered the vortex. Soon Reverse Flash was thrown to some other place. Flash looked around to see where he decided to take a gaze. He looks at the past and then enters in one of them. Flash leaves the vortex, looked around. It looked so familiar. He took off his mask. He then hears a crowd chanting, "Lin, Lin, Lin, Lin." He went to the baseball field close by. He saw Lin getting 2 strikes, he started to tear up. This is the day where Lin got the 3rd strike and accused him of being bad luck. Suddenly things went slow, he sees the ball in slow-mo. He started to tear as he realized what he's going to see. He saw Reverse Flash walking in the field, and looked at Lin. Started to laugh, then walked towards the baseball. He made the ball faster by tapping it, and just like that, the ball is going too fast for Lin to hit the ball. Soon Reverse Flash runs away. However, it's still going really slow for Lincoln. He could legitimately try to change it. He's in the situation where he can do what he always wanted to do, to make everything normal again. He sees this as an opportunity to change the past. He was about to walk towards Lin. Lincoln stops. Wait, what? He couldn't bring himself to do it. He doesn't know why. Maybe if he changes the past, there will be consequences in the future. Maybe it's because Reverse Flash will still try to make him become the Flash, no matter what, or maybe it's because he's already happy about his current life and he wouldn't change it for the world. Maybe it's all 3 of them. Lincoln walked towards Lin. Everyone was going real slow. He saw himself, still with bruises. He remembers what happened that day. The 3rd strike resulted in Lin losing, the catcher breaking his hand from catching it, Lin getting really mad, and after the game she yelled at Lincoln, calling him bad luck. Lincoln hated Lin for calling him bad luck and ruined his life, but at the same time, he chose to play this bad luck shtick. He wanted his time alone. Of course, they shouldn't react to that, but he knew deep down they would find out eventually. Lincoln was in front of Lin. He kneels down. It's been such a long time since she saw her, although this is her past self. He looks at Lin, still in that, gripping the bat, position. He tears up. Lincoln hugs her. This time, he was crying. I still love you Lin. I forgive you. Lincoln stopped hugging her sporty sister. Wiped his tears. He leaves the field. Before he could think of anything, Reverse Flash came from behind and grabbed him. He dragged the Scarlet Speedster to the Speed Force. While in the Speed Force, Reverse Flash started punching Lincoln. You're lucky I didn't interrupted your stupid emotional moment because I could've. Reverse Flash said. He threw Lincoln out of the Speed Force. Lincoln landed hard on a rocky surface. Air. Okay, that was so painful. Lincoln groaned. He started to get up. He felt like something flying above him, making a loud noise. He looks up to see a flying car. He looked shocked. He kept looking at it until it enters a town. Whoa, Lincoln said in awe. It's all futuristic. He enters the town at super speed. Looked everywhere, then looked at a museum. S.T.A.R Labs Museum. He enters the museum. Seems like it's closed. He looked at all of the photos then entered a room full of suits. Lincoln looked at the current suit. He saw the suit he's wearing right now, that has a ripped and burnt suit. He then looked at the other suit that seems to be his future suits he will wear. He looked behind to see a yellow and red suit. It doesn't look like a Reverse Flash suit. If anything, the sign said it's been worn by the Flash's sidekick, Kid Flash. Before he looked more at the other suit's description, Reverse Flash interrupted him. Seems like you're enjoying the museum. Why spoil your future? It's better to just enjoy what's going to happen. Reverse Flash said, taking off his mask. Before Lincoln was about to say anything, Thawne ran at him and started to punch his stomach. Lincoln gasps for air. Soon Thawne grabbed the teenager from the arm and ran with him. This time, they weren't going to the Speed Force. Soon Lincoln was thrown into a room. He groaned in pain. He got up. He looked around to see a small lab. Thawne appears. Welcome to my lab, of course. This is my new lab since my old lab was caught on fire because my former coworker found out about my plan. Thawne said. Flash tried to punch him but Thawne grabbed his fist. He then slammed it to the lab table, breaking his knuckles. Lincoln yelled in pain. Reverse Flash then beat up his head. After that he grabbed a sharp piece of a broken window and stabbed it in Lincoln's thighs. Lincoln yelled in pain and fell down. Lincoln tried to get up, but Reverse Flash headbutts his head. Since you and I aren't to give up, might as well end it in a no contest. Reverse Flash said, pressing a big red button. 1 minute till self-destruction. Reverse Flash started to laugh. Oh man, it was fun while it lasted. Don't worry Flash, once I am reborn, I will make you as the Flash again. Not going to lie, you were better than I thought you would be. Reverse Flash said while laughing. 30-second till self-destruction. Lincoln, full with rage and emotions, charged up and gave Reverse Flash a strong punch filled with all of the speed force in him. Reverse Flash got knocked out. Lincoln tried to get up, using the table to get up. 15 seconds till self-destruction. Once Lincoln got up, he tried to run but the sharp pain stopped him. 10, 9, 8, 7. Lincoln takes out the sharp glass in his thighs. 5, 4, 3. Lincoln started to run out of the lab building. 2, 1. The lab explodes. Lincoln was still near the lab. He was pushed back. Landed in a car. He looks down to see his suit destroyed. He gets up in pain. He ran out of the town and started to run fast, pushing his limits. He then looked shocked when the Speed Force vortex appeared in front of him. Lincoln enters the Speed Force, looks around the time, he then sees his present time in front of him, he then starts to feel pain again. He still runs towards it. Meanwhile in S.T.A.R. labs. Linky. Luna said, tearing up. Soon a portal appears behind her. Everyone backed away from the portal. What the hell? Elias said. Soon they saw Lincoln all beat up, stepping out of the vortex. Lincoln. Everyone shouted in relief. Lincoln just looks at all of them with wide eyes. Lincoln, love. Tabby said in a confusion and worried tone. Lincoln then drops to the ground. Lincoln. Everyone yelled. They went near him, looked at him. Elias checks for his pulse, heart beating way too fast. Elias tells everyone to get him to the hospital bed. Lincoln's vision started to become blurry. He was knocked out. -3 hours later, Lincoln woke up in the hospital bed. He looked around everyone who was glad to see him waking up. Luna and Tabby ran towards Lincoln and hugged him. Oh my gosh Linky, I thought we will never see you again. Luna said, hugging him tighter. Bloody hell, love, I am so happy that you're back. Tabby said, hugging him even tighter. Lincoln started to go blue. I know we missed Lincoln but he's turning blue. Elias said. Luna and Tabby stopped hugging him. Lincoln gasps for air. I'm so glad I'm back to find all of you. Lincoln said. Still in pain. Chelsea looked at his health monitor. You are still recovering from all of the injuries you sustained from Reverse Flash. It will take the entire night for everything to heal. Chelsea said. Well, at least I didn't break my spine. Lincoln said. So, Lincoln, where did you go? For 30 seconds, you were nowhere to be found. Suddenly you appeared, with a broken nose, broken knuckles, 2 broken ribs, a cracked skull, a stab wound from your right thighs, and a lot of blood loss. Worst of all, my suit is beyond repair. Elias said in sadness. Chelsea smacked Elias' head. Ow, but mostly, your injuries. Elias said in pain. Lincoln laughed in pain. So, Reverse Flash grabbed and took me to the Speed Force. Lincoln said. Everyone was surprised by that. He, took me to different points of the past. Dinosaur Extinction Day. The Pirate Age. Kingdom of Scotland. Lincoln stopped. Starting to tear up. What's wrong Linky? Luna said, concerned over her younger brother. During the fight, I was transported to the day of Lynn's baseball game, where it all started. I saw him, making the ball faster to make Lynn lose, making her angry at me, and made me run away. Lincoln said. Everyone was shocked about that. I wanted to stop him. But I couldn't. I walked up to Lynn in super speed. Hugged her and forgive her. Lincoln said. Soon he started to cry. Luna hugged Lincoln to comfort him. Anyway, then, he brought me to the future, where he lives. It was all futuristic. I walked around the town till I saw the S.T.A.R. Labs Museum. I entered it and saw things that will happen in the future. Lincoln said. What will happen in the future? Chelsea said. Not a lot, the only parts one know that will really happen is that I will fight a lot of metahumans with a sidekick. Lincoln said. Damn it, I really wanted to know more. Elias said. Me too, anyway. Reverse Flash brought me to his lab, started to beat me up even more and stabbed my right thighs. He told me that he and I will die together as he pressed the self-destruction button. I knocked him out and run away before the explosion killed me. This is why my suit looks like this. Reverse Flash died. Everyone started to celebrate from the news, now knowing that Reverse Flash can't hurt them anymore. As much as I want to celebrate this, I am in too much pain and I'm really exhausted. Lincoln said, laughing in pain. Everyone nodded. I understand, Lincoln. I will see you tomorrow. Luna said, hugging him. Tabby walks up. Same here, good night, love. Tabby said, kissing her boyfriend. Luna and Chelsea was at awe at the romance while Elias was uncomfortable. See you guys tomorrow. Lincoln said. Everyone except for Chelsea left, saying goodbyes to each other. Minus 15 minutes later. Luna enters her house. She has a bag with her. She goes to her bedroom. She saw her girlfriend sleeping. Luna smiles. Kisses her forehead. Good night, love, Luna said. Luna walks into her bathroom, looking in her mirror. She took out the metahuman handcuffs that she stole from S.T.A.R. labs. She puts on. I hope this works, Luna said. And this is the end of Season 01 movie of This What If. Do not forget to leave a comment down below and subscribe to this channel.